Yo, it's the kid. Pump it in here, man. It's the kid, ready to go, ready to vamoose, man. Actually, you know what? Let me embrace the boldness, man. No, because it's actually getting bloody hot in here. So, yeah, guys, we're here up in this piece, man. So, what we're going to talk about? So, Neymar against Mbappe. Is there a beef? Because there was an article that was just talking about whether there's a bit of a rift. Because when Neymar was asked about Mbappe, he seems to be a little bit frosty. We just want to talk about whether a rift does exist and how could it potentially affect PSG. Just talk about their relationship, especially with Mbappe being called by the president and being offered 3 billion planets. I want to also touch upon there was an article. Well, not really. There was a little thing that was done, a list of the most valuable under 19 players. And it's so funny how things sort of rhyme, because I saw this yesterday, and then we now saw Musiala drop a masterclass against Bayer Leverkusen. So again, we want to look at the list and just say who should be high, who should be low, and just see who really are the most valuable players aged under 19. Then we're going to talk about Arsenal against Tottenham. It's a North London derby. Two teams who are not going to be who don't speak fluent strokes. Two teams who don't have a chance in 6 hells of sniffing an EPL. If Chelsea got at our targets, we probably would sniff that EPL, but it is what it is, man. So in this whole thing, I'm joined by your boy Mikey, man. My main Mikey, holding it down for everyone in Finland. Helsinki has so what's it? So that's the third Roma kits, man.
Yeah, third kit.
Quality, man. Quality kits. Quality kit. Remember, you still owe me that Ajax kits, man. Your main man Oz. Now, I don't know. Is Oz short for Australia or Oswald Cobblepot? What's our short for?
No, Oz is just short for my first name. It's Osman. That's why.
Hey, your boy, the Osmonds, man, representing the Osmonds. I never knew that there was a black guy in the Osmonds, but I thought they were all white, man. But it's what it is, man. So guys, man, let's get in on that first Topinski, man. Let's get on Topinski. So, and again, as I always say, guys, thank you for guys coming in. Please drop a like for that video. And if there's anything you want to share during this video, we gladly accept your donations. Those are super chats. We call them dubs up in this piece. Your super chats and your dubs help to grow this channel and help me to do this 24/7. And before I forget, I'll be saying this every single day. Shout out to the 9-to-5s, man. Shout out to the 9-to-5s, man. If the football hot's gonna help you in that grind, listen to the football hot. Screw your boss. Take an earphone, take earbuds. Listen, if I can help you, the 9-to-5s, shout out to the 9-to-5s. The grind is real. I do this for you guys. 9-to-5s, man. Keep it strong, man. I'm with you guys, man. So, Neymar and Mbappe, man. You see, many people, let me just say this also, not many people really made a big deal. So this was, I think it was after the Ghana game. And I think the report was probably in Nigeria. He says, oh, yo, so what's the relationship between Mbappe? And then Neymar was like, Mbappe shook his head and then pretty much went away. Now, people said that he just thought that, why are you asking me about that while on international duty? But when I just looked at the body language, it just seemed to me as if there's still something there. Let's keep it real. People said, oh, they kissed and made up and they're all good and everything. And I was like, no, they're doing that for publicity, because I'm sure God has said, look, just kiss and make up, be all cool, but all because that is what we see in public, it doesn't mean that is the real relationship behind the closed doors. I really do believe that, because I've always said that when I try to compare MSN to M&M and these two threes, when I look at MSN, I think they're all friends. They were really close. I think they had a really good bond. Now, you don't need to be friends to say what's up, but it does help. I look at PSG, and it seems as if these are just three very talented players. Mbappe knows his strengths. He knows Neymar's strengths. Neymar knows his strengths. He knows Mbappe's strengths. But you have to understand what the dynamism is, because we know the kind of personality that Neymar is. And Neymar's personality is why he's so good. So if you try to make Neymar like a little bit much more reserved, much more giving, it takes away how good he is, because how he plays his football, the confidence he plays, is coinciding with his personality. And I feel that this is what's always supposed to be Neymar's team. Mbappe was a younger guy coming up and there to assist Neymar. And Mbappe was happy with that role. Mbappe was like, oh, look, this is Neymar. This is supposed to be like the number one guy. And we can talk about how Neymar was supposed to Ballon d'Or, but Mbappe was always like, I am here to support Neymar. I'm the young guy who is still developing. Neymar is the current superstar. Say what you want, Neymar is still the most expensive player of all time. So I think we can't escape what the reality is now. The reality is this is now seen as Mbappe's team. It simply is. When you look at what Mbappe did last season, scoring all of those goals, when you look at how he's now the best paid player, when you look at how much PSG did to keep him, it's going to make Neymar view Mbappe a certain way. There is no way that, just because, guys, you have to use your logic here. Know what Neymar is, the kind of personality he is. He came in as the most expensive player. Just think about this. You came into PSG as a superstar and as the most expensive player in history. How are you not ready to accept a player who is younger than you, who isn't as good as you, who isn't as talented as you, now being the face of the club? It rub you a wrong way. So I just feel that, but it gets even much more complex. Before I go to Mike, it gets much more complex. And this is something that me and Ricardo have said. Look, I appreciate Mbappe, the project, and so forth. But we all know that Neymar at his best is arguably the best player in the world. And PSG can only win the UCL with Neymar at his best. Neymar at his best, PSG win the UCL. And Neymar, for me, I think he is the most important player for PSG. As good as Mbappe is and so forth, I think Neymar has too much of a skill set, too many intangibles, and his ability is too varied that without Neymar at his best, Mbappe simply doesn't have the skill set that Neymar has for PSG to go all the way. So they need Neymar at his best. And for Neymar at his best, you not only need him to be at his best physically, but also mentally. So my thing is, how invested is Neymar? And last, I'll come to Mike. Forget everything you see from now until November 2020 is irrelevant. From after the World Cup, then we'll know what Neymar is like. Because people say, oh, Neymar is ready to give PSG, but because he's playing his best football. No. Is he solely playing his best football? Or does he know that I need to go into Qatar firing on all cylinders? So this is just prepping for Qatar. And if Brazil get knocked out in the quarters or they lose to Argentina in the semi-final, is he still going to have that same investment come the second half of the season? It's a big question, man. Mikey, talk to me, man.
I mean, I'm not really surprised, to be honest. They're two superstars butting heads. We've seen this in various sports before. Kobe and Shaq, remember? They didn't really get along with each other, but they made it work. And that was the main thing. And you can see it sometimes when they're actually doing the celebrations, if I'm not mistaken, that Neymar's not invested if Mbappe scores or if Neymar scores, Mbappe's not really involved with the squad, so it's kind of gone to this point, and I think they're just both at a sequence with the squad where, okay, we'll just play, but off the field, we ain't buddies. We're not going to go to some Paris nightclub. We're not going to go to some fancy restaurant. We're just going to do our own thing. We're going to build our brand. And look, Mbappe has become the star of PSG. And that's because he's been given a planet, a Pluto, or whatever. He's been given everything by PSG. I'm not really surprised by this scenario. And it's been going on for, I think, a couple of years at least.
Let me ask you a really hard question. Let me put it to a question. Let's say you're in charge and you're calling the shots for PSG. Do you do what PSG did, as in do everything to keep Mbappe, or would you have allowed him to go to Real Madrid? Knowing of his value and so forth, would you have said, no, Mbappe is too important to leave, so we're going to give him whatever he wants? Or would you have allowed him to go and keep Neymar as the star and face of the team?
I mean, you do everything you can to keep Mbappe, but they gave him everything. I mean, they gave him all the power, it seems like. And that's clearly gone into Mbappe's head, because he knows he can do no wrong, and they won't do anything about it. He'll never be dropped. He'll keep taking penalties. It's Mbappe's team. So I think for Galtier, he's in a tough situation. And obviously, Campos, the sporting director, or he's helping the sporting director. They're in a tough situation. Like, what can they do? They have to just wear it out and just hope that it works out. All they're just hoping for is, in the next 2 seasons, just get that one Champions League. It's all about just getting that one. It doesn't matter how you get it. It's just about getting it. And then, the superstars can leave. If Neymar wins the World Cup or Champions League, he'll probably go back to Brazil or go to MLS with Inter Miami and join David Beckham and Phil Neville, who's still the manager of Inter Miami. But go ahead.
Because my thing is, it is tricky, though. Because my thing is, I at first was like, no, you can't give Mbappe everything, all the planets and so forth to keep it there and everything. And also, I think if I was to choose between Neymar and Mbappe, Neymar makes more sense to be kept than Mbappe. But you know what makes it tricky? There is more faith that Mbappe will commit to PSG than, let's say, a Neymar. Because Mbappe is French. So because he's French, remember, who was the guy that tweeted us like Farmers League and the Serie emojis when PSG made when Lyon made the semis and PSG made the final. So I think Mbappe is invested in the Uber Eats French football and wanting to promote French football. Neymar is Brazilian. So he has no investment in, let's put French football on the map. No, he's like, I'm here because I'm very well paid. I like Paris and so forth. And this is where we've got to keep it real, Mike. Neymar is Brazilian. We know what happened with R9 after he did what he did. We know what happened to Dini. For Brazilians, they're not like a Cristiano or a Messi. When they've done what they needed to do, it's samba time. It's samba time, food time, beer belly, have fun. So Brazilians by nature are not really here for the long term.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So these guys want to sort of be like, you know what, let me do what I would have to do and so forth. So in that sense, does it still make sense to keep Mbappe because they can invest in it? But then again, it's like...
But then Mbappe can leave in 2 seasons or 3 seasons. And then what? Then you're screwed. Who do you go for then, PSG? Haaland? Possibly?
No, but then it goes to the point that you say, there is a window. PSG have to win this UCL in 2 years' time. Yep. Because if they don't win it in these 2 years, they never winning it.
Exactly.
Because also remember, now we're now hearing reports that Messi wants to leave next summer. So there are reports that Messi may actually leave next summer.
Up next summer, right? Isn't he a free?
I don't know whether it's basically, I don't know what it is. I just read a report that says, because I know that Miami is a possibility of him going to go to Miami, but
his contract is for 2 years, so. It's this year and last year and this year. So
okay, so
so his contract runs out next summer.
Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
I think they might have.
Remember, it was 2 years. It was 2 years.
They might have an option to extend it, though. I think.
Yeah, I mean they've had discussions about re-signing a new contract as well with Messi. Let's see if it happens. I don't think he'll commit, to be honest. No. I think Messi just see what's happening. He's preparing for the World Cup. He understands Liga. Okay. It's a physical league, but we got this.
No. Basically, it's real right now. You know what? Before I go to Oz, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real. I think this is PSG's last chance to win the Champions League
This season.
This season, because I think that Messi, most likely, I don't think he's going to extend, so he's going to leave this coming summer. Even if let's say we have a fully invested Neymar and they don't do it this year, with the World Cup now behind it, what motivation does Neymar now have, and so forth? So my thing is that I really feel this is the season. This is the season. Maybe next season, but put it this way, if Messi leaves next season and it's just Neymar and Mbappe and we don't know what kind of a Neymar, where his mind space is, am I going to put money in PSG saying what's up? I don't know. And again, for Mbappe is okay, cool. I gave it 2 years, this is my last year, and I'm jumping ship to Real Madrid. Oz, what are you saying, bro?
This whole Neymar, Mbappe, Messi narrative, it was never going to work to begin with. If you know football, you know that you need a centerpiece. You need a centerpiece to help link the attack. That's what Suarez was for MSN. That's what Benzema was for the Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, and that's also what Tevez was for United when it was Ronaldo, Rooney, and Tevez. But you don't have that centerpiece in that team. You have Neymar, who can play as an attacking midfielder. You have Messi, who plays as like attacking right winger or something like that. But you don't have someone that's going to you focus your attack. And Mbappe, I'm sorry, he's not that guy. He's not going to be as much as...
So he's not that guy in what sense? I mean, he's a World Cup winner at 19, so what do you mean?
He's not the guy that you build... he's not the guy that you build your attack out of. Because the thing is, Mbappe loves
don't let him get a second WC. Don't let Donatello get a second WC because this channel is going to look a little different. I'm not. He ain't getting it. He ain't getting it. Look, it's either going to be Ronaldo, Neymar, or Messi. All I'm saying is that just don't let him touch that second WC purple, please.
Wait, HH, have you seen the crazy stat where I think Messi has given Mbappe 3 assists this season, Neymar has given 6 assists to Mbappe, and Mbappe has given 0 to Messi and 0 to Neymar.
Okay, so sorry, Oz, before I go there, like, let me just paint a scenario for Mike and Oz. I want to go to Real Madrid. The president calls me and says, I'm next to Jesus Christ. I get given Venus, Pluto, Neptune, and also they rebuild Krypton so I can live back there. So they basically rebuild Krypton so I can live back there. If that happens, I'm like, why the hell am I passing to a neighbor? You've pretty much told me that I'm the Lord. You've pretty much bent down and given me everything you own. Why the bloody hell am I assisting any of these dudes? No, I'm now the king, which is the issue that PSG have, which is why PSG are never winning the freaking UCLs. It's never happening. Because Mbappe is he's gonna be selfish. And also, I don't blame him. Sorry, continue.
No, you can be selfish. Look, there's a difference between being selfish and then proving why you should be selfish. Mbappe doesn't have that credential yet. I'm sorry.
No. But Oz, you're missing my point though. If he's young, he's very young. If I have been given so much money and the powers that be are paying me in the sense of you are that guy, I'll think I'm that guy. So the issue is, bro, he's on $1 million a week. Okay.
You could blame PSG for what they've done because that contract was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
100%, yeah. You
can't give a 21-year-old that kind of a contract. That's crazy. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make it Mbappe is the best player in the world just because PSG
but real quick, let me play devil's advocate. You say it's really crazy to give him that contract. Who was on the cover of FIFA last year?
Oh my God!
Can I ask the question? Ask the question.
You're really gonna.
No. Yeah.
In 2020,
can you? Royce was Streets. I asked the question to these guys. So Oz, who was on cover of FIFA last year?
Royce was the FIFA cover of FIFA 17, bro. I don't know. Nobody's talking about him right now.
Okay. I'll answer the question. So last year it was Mbappe. This year it's Mbappe. I think I saw Mbappe on CNN. The New York Times did a piece on him and so forth. And they still call it soccer as well. So for PSG, Mbappe, remember PSG, these guys are about marketing. It's more than football. You're dealing with one of the biggest stars in football right now. Messi is on his way out. Cristiano is trying to stay on the pitch and actually stay on two legs. He's almost falling over. Mbappe is young and he's the future. So you're buying for relevancy. And that's why they paid that much for him, because bro, this makes PSG relevant for many years.
I don't care how marketable Mbappe is. That's not the point. The point is PSG. No, let's not get it twisted. PSG's main goal this season, for the next 9-7 seasons, their main goal is to win the Champions League. Yeah. Is Mbappe going to be the main man to help them win that Champions League? No, he's not. No, he's not, because we already seen it last year, the year before. Like he's not going to be able to carry a team that's just garbage. Like if you look at that,
Well, if not for Marquinhos, maybe they could have. If not for Marquinhos and Donnarumma, they could have done something.
On his day is one of the best defenders in the world. Don't do that.
Oh wait. Okay, no. Okay, no.
Mbappe would already have a Champions League if he would have finished in the 2020 Champions League.
Exactly.
Final. Wait, guys, what are we?
There we go.
No. You know, guys, you can't do that.
I got you.
Okay, no. Who scored in
the World Cup now?
No. I'm actually going to be recent. Who scored in both legs against Real Madrid? Who missed the penalty? Messi. Neymar was completely irrelevant. So don't say that Mbappe didn't do his bit.
And that's why we drawn on Messi, because Messi decided to go MIA last season, but he's starting to show up this season. Look, Messi already has the credit in his bank. He's already won the Champions League. He's already won the La Liga. He's already has that.
He just does the difference.
This Messi is literally the peak footballer you could ever think of. He already has the credit in the bank. Mbappe doesn't. At the end of the day, like if we base off of the eye test, max 65%, max on a good day.
What's the eye test for Mbappe again?
Okay, I mean it's like 70-something%, like 70.
Come on.
No, it's like 70-something. No, come on.
We have to be real.
Give him 75. Give him 75%.
No, I'm not giving him more.
What? 60?
60, yeah, I'll give him 60 maybe. 60 to
That's
60.
it. No.
On a good day.
No, come on. 60 is a pass. No, 60% is a pass.
60 is a pass. All right, I'll give him 65.
Yeah, 65%.
Streets, that's messed up. Streets. Okay, hold on. Streets, what percentage does Mbappe get in the eye test? And also, take me out of it. Pretend I don't exist. What does Mbappe get in the eye test? So, Streets, let me hear that. Look, my thing is, I'll say this again. Now, this isn't to jinx him. Yes, of course I want a live stream. I love live streams every year. I'm picking City over PSG because, like, Mike, yeah. I just... PSG's best chance was that final against Bayern Munich. And I think when they didn't win, I think you're never going to have that other chance again. Similar to what people think about Argentina and 2014.
And think about the road that they had to that Champions League final.
It was a very easy road.
Dortmund and... Was it RB Leipzig in the semifinals? Yeah, RB Leipzig.
Yeah, Leipzig. And also, I watched the final again. Mike, PSG had like 3 or 4 great chances.
Mbappe and Neymar should have scored in that final. They should have, HH.
Yeah.
PSG should have won that final.
It should have been there that year, but
exactly, it was all made for them. One leg, quarterfinals, semifinals. It was all made for them to win the Champions League.
The thing is, we cannot blame Tuchel for that final. Tuchel did everything in his power.
Oh no, he did. No, because you have to finish. And like those guys didn't finish, and that was the issue. I mean, look, I said again, they're not. Oh, whoa! What?
Yeah,
oh, you guys are sick.
You've been defending this guy too much, HH. I got.
See what this is half hope tax. This is half hope tax. Very so. Oh, you guys are sick. You guys are sick. You guys are. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Okay.
I'm telling you, 65 on a good day. 65 on a good day.
You guys. Okay. Before I go to, did you see what he did to Courtois? In the second leg,
have you ever done it ever again? Have we ever?
Never seen him do that
he did it. How many people can punk Courtois like that?
We preach about consistency. We preach about it. Neymar does it on a consistent basis. Messi does it on a consistent basis.
Bro, come on. Neymar is the highest rated on the eye test. Okay, he's 98. So like I know Neymar like that, but give him at least 70 something.
85 on the eye test.
Who?
Ronaldo gets an 85 on eye test 100%.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, Ronaldo.
In 2022?
Not in 2022, but like in his career. We're talking about 85%.
Oh yeah, no. Peak Cristiano Ronaldo, 80. Oh yeah, 80 something,
Mbappe
80
will
something.
never touch that. And
No. Also, I said 80. No, 70, 72. 74.
I'm saying in his entire career, he'll never be able to hit 80 on the eye test. You know why? Because this.
Oh yeah,
game
no.
not-
I know why,
not
because he already has
needed
a
to.
World Cup at age 19.
Okay,
That's why.
wait.
That's all
What
you
I'm
have to
trying
go
say
back
is
to,
You do
HH.
not need to have a high rating on the eye test to be effective in this day and age. Hence why Mbappe is getting this crazy contract, because he's effective. He doesn't need to be good on
He's
eye
very
test.
effective.
He doesn't need to be. At the end of the day, he's scoring goals left, right, center. Holland, I give him like 20% max on the eye test. This guy is literally one of the best poachers in the world. Because
Whoa, what? Wait, hold. Did you just call Mbappe a poacher?
No, I said Holland.
Oh,
said Holland.
Oh, thank God. What the hell? Yeah. That's bricklayer. Yeah, that guy poaches, man. Yeah.
As long as you're effective, this is why people rate De Bruyne so highly, bro. Because
the industry plants who messed up Hazard. And left Hazard hanging in a World Cup semi.
Is he not effective, HH? HH, is he effective, yes or no?
No.
What did
Why
Hazard
not?
during the quarterfinals against Brazil?
Pep Guardiola gave him a career. Pep Guardiola breastfed him.
Did you see what he did at Wolfsburg? Exactly.
Who was talking about him at Wolfsburg? He was like, yeah, cool. That's all
Everybody
good.
was talking about him at Wolfsburg.
Was he world class
so
at
good.
Wolfsburg? Was he world class at
He wasn't world
Wolfsburg?
class, but you could see the potential.
No. But the only time he was world class was when he was sucking off Pep's tits. That was when he was world class.
I'll say this: his first season at City was put him in the conversation. Because that first season for De Bruyne was actually very good. People don't remember it. It was under Pellegrini.
Let's take some dubs. Shout out to your boy Aspin. Thank you for the dub. HH, please say football. EPL fanboys No, they're not. No, they're not.
I hope they're not.
Who does that?
No, they're not. Please, let's pray they're not. Please, let's say they're not compare North London Derby to El Clasico. Please not. No, but do you know what? No, obviously, we'll obviously get on everything. But look, see, when you look at Arsenal and Tottenham, see people have to be real. Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, United. These are local derbies that are really big in England. El Clasico, that is a worldwide thing. That's the thing that's a big deal worldwide. Because you know why? Some of the best players in history are playing for either Barca or Real Madrid.
Derby is probably one of the bigger. Is even bigger than some of the EPL games.
So what do you say?
The Milan Derby is.
Yeah. Like look, the Milan Derby. So my thing is that look, see. I would say no, not on the derby. It's big in London and in England. Now, it doesn't leave this island. In this island, it's huge. Not on the derby. It's a massive, huge deal. But it's a huge, massive deal for these two teams and in a city and so forth. But we're not talking the worldwide. Wait, no, please no. Eddie Martin, Henderson, Wilshere were on the cover. No, they weren't.
Yes,
no,
they were. They were.
What?
No, Henderson was
Mike,
really.
Wait, hold on. No.
Henderson
Wait, hold up. Hold up. No. Wait, okay, Mike. What version was this that they were on?
I don't remember Henderson. I remember Wilshere.
It was FIFA 16, I believe. Henderson was FIFA cover.
It's Henderson.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was FIFA 16.
Wilshere FIFA cover. Oh God, please God. Jesus. What?
You know, David Beckham's been on a FIFA cover as well.
Yeah, but look, that's like model tax. That's like white, blonde,
Model tax, okay.
model tax. Wait, but how?
Yep, there we go.
How? Wait, Streets, how?
I don't know how.
No, okay. 26. Okay, Mike, help me.
He was part of that.
What were Liverpool doing in 2016?
We were playing in the Europa League. We were playing it Thursday nights.
No, okay. How did Henderson get on the cover of... No. Guys, I'm sorry. The only time you put Henderson and Messi in the same room is CGI. That's the only thing. It's only if they're in a Marvel MC movie. How is Henderson and Messi in the same space? Guys, this is like prejudice. I don't know. This is prejudice. Like, how is
Somebody made a
Henderson?
good point. I think it's a fan vote as well, or something like that. That could have been the case.
You see, and guys, and this is why I believe in a dictatorship. This is why a democracy doesn't work. I told you, fans are stupid, man.
Wait,
See,
hold up.
even if
What
you're a Liverpool fan,
defend
man, how
I can't
how
defend
do you
it.
allow this? How do you allow this to happen? I told you. That's what I told you. Pro Evo would never stoop this low. Pro Evo would never stoop this low to put Henderson and Messi in the same cover. The hell?
Has Hazard ever been on a FIFA cover, HA?
Yes, he has.
Wait, which one?
I'll show you. No. See, I'll show you after this. I'll show you after this. Sorry. So, is Mbappe finished if Vinny wins the World Cup? Did Vinny win the World Cup at the age 19? No. You see, I hate when guys do this. If Vinny wins the World Cup, bro, this guy has had an amazing season, and Vinny has finally arrived.
But wait, does that mean if Vinny does win the World Cup, he's won the Champions League and the World Cup the same year? Has Mbappe done that? The prodigy, what happened?
Though was Mbappe playing for Real Madrid? What's it called? There's a tax, LSG tax.
Mbappe had a chance.
Could Vinny win a UCL with
Mbappe had a
PSG?
chance.
Could Vinny win a UCL with PSG?
You tell me Mbappe didn't get
You will do
done in Madrid
anything to
earlier?
protect Mbappe, huh? You will do
just- I'm
anything.
just-
No, basically, no, Mike. Again, I told you, my guy is it really should have been Neymar. See, I always say Neymar is more talented than Mbappe. The O's is more talented than Mbappe. But the issue is, Mike, see, there's a problem. That's why November. The World Cup has never had higher stakes. Mbappe winning the World Cup at age 19, it ruptured the footballing balance. Because I know what Messi and Ronaldo have done. They need this World Cup. If Messi and Ronaldo do not win this World Cup, Mbappe winning the World Cup at 19, it ruptures the equilibrium of the footballing gods. So, in order for it to be fully balanced, Messi has to win it, or Neymar. Because if they don't, that dub in 2018 is real. It's real. Sorry. Guys, let's talk about the legit UCL champs, man. So,
The who?
So Mike, let me educate you a little bit. Okay. You can't legitimately win the Champions League if there's no away goal rule. The away goal rule is what signifies a UCL. Now, Real Madrid, I call them the illegitimate defending champs. Crazy run, amazing run. Look, I've got the jersey up in here, bada bing. But the legitimate champions are Chelsea. So unless a team wins it with the away goal rule, we still have claim to be called the legitimate UCL defending champions. So,
I love it.
We didn't have a great summer. It wasn't the best summer in the world. Now, I don't want anyone to mention how much Chelsea spent. It's not how much you... What? No, Mike. It doesn't matter. It's not about how much you spend.
The most by any club ever.
But Mike, do you know why that's irrelevant? Who did we spend it on? So you can't use that as a crutch against Chelsea.
P545.
Thank you, and La Cucaracha, all those dudes. So my thing though is, it was a bad summer because you're mixing in what Tuchel wants with all those guys wants. It's all a freaking mess. But here's the thing: this is where it gets real. Nkunku, how good is he really? You see, guys, the issue with Twitter is like everyone's amazing. Everyone is amazing. Here's the new Neymar, the new Pele, the new Messi. Everyone is amazing. And like, not everybody can be amazing. And I feel that Nkunku is another product of Twitter hype. And I have some Chelsea fans saying, oh my gosh, we're getting Nkunku and so forth. I'm like, mate, do you believe that he's good with your own eye test? Or are you just excited because other people are excited and they're hyping him up? And that's the issue that people have. Sometimes when you're starved of quality, any small thing will excite you. So for Chelsea fans, do you truly believe Nkunku is actually that quality? Because I told you, remember, only two teams speak fluent trophy. Two teams, Real Madrid and Chelsea.
Oh my God.
They're the only two teams that speak fluent trophy. So if you're a team that speak fluent trophy, we deserve the very best. Like Chelsea should be looking at Messi, Neymar, Musiala, Pedri, the very best.
You had Musiala.
Does Nkunku, does he deserve to wear this jersey? The second heaviest jersey in football. Of the first being Madrid. The second heaviest jersey in football is Chelsea. So Mike, talk to me. Nkunku, does he deserve to grace Chelsea, and is he as good as what people say is, or is it just a result of Twitter hype? Because my thing is, Mike, I don't want to be like a beggar. Oh my gosh, let me just make something from Nkunku. Because come January, let's knock that Neymar door. You know what? Musiala is actually a Chelsea player. Let's say, yo, Bayern, give us back our player, you thieves. Give us back our player, you thieves. That's our player. Musiala, come, get your ass back home. So I know Smashy, you're a Bayern fan in there. Smashy, that's her player that you have. So you thieved that player. Musiala, get your ass back home where you belong. Come back to the bridge in January. Nkunku, talk to me.
Nkunku, I would have loved him at Liverpool, to be honest. I think he's a quality player. But is he a similar situation to Darwin Núñez where he's a one-season wonder? He's got better technical ability than Darwin Núñez. But right now, he hasn't had a good season. He hasn't really. He's missed a lot of easy chances. And I don't know if it's because he's playing next to a former Chelsea player in Timo Werner. He's already been affected by the Chelsea curse. But Nkunku doesn't look good this season. But there is a player there. I think Chelsea, you guys got a good player. 60 million? Activate his release clause?
Hold up. See, so thank you. You're not bringing me onto news. So why are Chelsea excited over a guy who has not had a really good season so far?
I think he has like 4 goals in like 6 games. Is that not a good season?
I mean, compared to what he was last year, I've seen a couple RB Leipzig games. I don't think he's been good at all. But also RB Leipzig have been trash. So maybe the squad is affecting him. But HH, do you want a false 9 who can get you goals and assists? You haven't had that for a long time. Since Drogba. Actually, no, sorry, Diego Costa.
No, but Mike, is Nkunku really the best possible guy that Chelsea can get on the market? Is he really the most talented dude that Chelsea can get on the market? Because what I don't want is Nkunku comes, everybody's jumping up and down, and he simply doesn't really work for what Chelsea wants. And we just got blinded by the excitement. That's what I don't want.
Now, do you want him to be a striker or sort of false number 9? How would you like Nkunku to play? Because he's not a striker. I can tell you that. He's kind of a center forward cam in a way. Maybe it's similar to Bobby Firmino in a way. That's how I would compare Nkunku. And you guys need a striker. No.
And you see, here's the issue. I think Obama may be a bust, bro.
Oh yeah, of course it was a bust. It was always the Tuchel signing, and as soon as Tuchel got sacked, it was going to go downhill, unfortunately, for Aubameyang. That's the only reason why he came to Chelsea. It was for Tuchel, because of the past experiences they had with each other. And then so 6 days later, he was gone. 6 days later, he was gone. Oh.
Look, man.
But look, I think it's a good signing, HH. I think he's...
No, Mike. I don't want to hear good. I need to hear great. If it's not great, then I'm not excited.
HH, you're never
Is this a great signing? Is this a great signing?
Be realistic for a second here. You're never going to get a Neymar, and you're never going to get a Musiala. So what else can you go for?
Okay, look. I'll be real with you. If you look at what Chelsea have, so Havertz, again, he's up and down. Mounts, I've never rated him. Ziyech trash, Pulisic trash. Obama don't really know what's happening with him. You bring in Nkunku, even if he's been missing chances and so forth, he is better than what Chelsea have right now. So it's like Sterling. I don't rate Sterling, but right now Sterling is Chelsea's best attacker, and that's a problem. Sterling cannot be Chelsea's best attacker. So I do feel that Nkunku comes in. Yes, it's an improvement. It's an improvement, but I don't. My thing is that yes, you have to be realistic. And if you're being realistic, Nkunku is available. You look at what you have, you go for it. But it rubbed me the wrong way because I just look at that Barca front 3. That's our front 3. That was our front 3.
Well, it is.
That was Chelsea's front 3.
I think HH, you guys should go for like a Rafael Leao. I think that's what you desperately need.
That's what
you need some creativity in the squad. But it's a matter of what sort of formation and tactics is Potter going to play. Because if it continues with this 5 in the back formation, I don't really think that's going to work for Rafael Leao.
No, because if it's bringing in Leao and Nkunku, you've got to roll with a 4-4-3.
Oh, yeah.
You have to roll with a 4-3-3. because you have to now go with a very aggressive attacking formation. And I think because see for me, I am more excited in a Leao than an Nkunku. I think Leao there's more ability there.
And we haven't seen Nkunku do it in like the big stages of like a Champions League or Bundesliga even. I don't think he might have gotten one goal against Bayern Munich last season, but he hasn't done it in the Champions League.
So for me, Leao, that's exciting. See, if Chelsea can get Leao, that's a big sign. I think that would be a big player.
Nkunku scored a hat-trick against Man City last year in the group stage, but that's
group stage. Okay, so Oz, how does it feel to be a thief, stealing Chelsea's 3 players and so forth? So first of all, answer me that as so you do realize that you have Chelsea's front 3. So how does it feel to support a club that are thieves? Second of all, Nkunku and Leao, man, to Chelsea. You're muted. Thank God you're muted now.
Wait, who's you? I don't support Barca.
Oh, sorry. I kept confused. Okay, sorry. All right. I thought you were Barca. Oh, you're a Boychester fan. Sorry. Shout out to what's Anthony and so forth. Shout out to your boy Anthony. Continue, man. So now though we see you, bro. So supposed to be Leao and Nkunku to Chelsea, man. Talk to me.
No, so HH, I've been preaching effectiveness. I'm preaching you have to be effective in order to look good. Raphael versus Nkunku. Who's the more effective player? In my opinion, Nkunku's the more effective player. If we're being honest, I think Raphael Leao does go to Chelsea, I'm looking at a bust. I'm sorry.
A bust?
I'm looking at a bust. Because the thing is, Raphael Leao would look good at like a City, at like a Liverpool. He'll look great. But Chelsea don't have an effective player. Leao's not that kind of effective player that you need. He's skillful. He's incredible on the ball. Like this guy, he's really good. But Chelsea will just ruin him. Chelsea are known for ruining talent.
Yeah, come on, don't speak ill.
I mean, these are facts, HH. Sorry.
Don't speak ill.
But Nkunku, if he does go to Chelsea, I guarantee you he'll be a hit there. You know why? Because he's effective. He knows how to score. He knows how to get those chances going, get in the ball, get into the goal. Like Nkunku is that guy. In my opinion, is Nkunku a great football player? Maybe not. In my opinion,
no. I think you're being rude. So why do Chelsea need effective players and not quality football players? Why can't we have Salinis and Technics?
Let me think of a few reasons. Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech. Do you want me to keep going?
No. Zola, Hazard, Drogba, Robben.
Those are dinosaur ages. Those are a long time ago.
I think Hazard was voted the second best player in Premier League history.
Welcome to the here and now. Welcome to the here and now, where you guys are ruining talents.
No. Hold up. Is it ruining talents, or these guys simply couldn't make the step up because Chelsea is too big a club?
No. You know why?
You've ruined talents.
No. Because let me think. Robben flopped at Real Madrid. Kaka flopped at Real Madrid. Cannavaro flopped at Real Madrid. Snyder flopped at Real Madrid. But these were all great players who moved on. Chelsea is the second heaviest jersey in football. Not every player can perform under that kind of pressure. The lights of the bridge, guys, I'm sorry, these are facts. The lights of the bridge are tough. The lights of the bridge are tough. I told you, only 2 teams speak fluent trophy. Chelsea and Real Madrid. Only 2 teams speak fluent trophy.
I think those are some dim lights at Bridge, because I don't see any pressure with that jersey, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, by the way, Pulisic couldn't even dribble past any Arabian Nights, Arabian Days. Oh, he is so bad now. Oh,
because Pulisic is crap, and we have him because of American marketing. That's why. Talk to me. That's what you're saying.
Who's your best player right now?
It's between Thiago Silva and Sterling.
And tell me, is Sterling great on the eye test?
He fails the eye test.
So you're telling me Sterling is your best player. Why is that? Is it because he's scoring goals? Is it because he's making sure that Chelsea don't lose games? What is it?
He is. You see, Oz, you think you're slick. You think you're slick. You're setting me up. No, Oz.
Right now.
Oz, you can't outslick a slick master, man. Okay, like I'm amazed. They call me HS, half snake. I'm slicker than a snake, man. Oz, Yes, he's been effective. But that's because that is what Chelsea are dealing with right now. Chelsea gave the world Hazard, the second greatest player in Premier League history, and a guy who was the closest thing to Messi and Neymar at his peak. So when that is what Chelsea gave the world, we are a team that deserves the very best. Now, you have to be realistic. I'll take Leao and I'll take Nkunku. Yeah, I'll take them. Doesn't mean that we're not freaking stop there. No. But doesn't mean that we freaking stop there. I told you, I speak Florence Trophy. So if I speak Florence Trophy, Nkunku, Leao, thanks. Now I want to get Musiala. I want to get Pedri. I want to get Ansu Fati. I want to get these young up-and-coming players. So Chelsea's main aim is...
Unfortunately, HH, sorry.
Yeah. All right, because I have
Would you take Jude Bellingham?
Jude Bellingham is a hit or miss. If we're being honest, he's a hit or miss.
It's a tricky one.
He would immediately start in your midfield. What are you hesitating?
No.
He's better than Jorginho. He's
But see, my thing is that
I like Kovacic.
if I take him, does that mean that I can't get Musiala or Pedri?
You're not going to get them, so might as well take Bellingham then.
No. For me, it depends. It depends. Because if me gets him means I can't get the other guys, then I don't know. But if it's either him or Boss, yeah, I'll take him. If it means I definitely can't get Musiala, Pedri, or Felix. I told you guys, I'm working on João Felix, bro. I'm working because I'm waiting for that contract to run down. I'm working on Felix.
You need to tell that to Todd Bowley's assistant that you talked to earlier.
You don't want him.
Hold up. If João Felix is available, Chelsea shouldn't get him?
Absolutely not.
Mike,
he's gonna run at Chelsea like he's running at Atletico.
I can't lie. I love João Felix, but his performances in last season is not that good.
He's gonna rot at Chelsea like he's rotting at Atletico. Because you know why? Because he's a talented player. These teams are known for ruining talents. I'm trying to. So
where should João Felix then go?
I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to tell you guys this. The reason why these Griezmann works so well at Atletico, the reason why Sterling's so good at Chelsea is because they're effective. If you're not effective, you're not rated in this league. I'm sorry. If you're not effective, people start to throw your doubt. That's why Dembele is not known as one of the best players in the world. I love Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele is my guy, bro. This guy on the ball is one of the best in the world. But because he's not effective, because he's injury prone, it makes your value go down, is what I'm trying to preach. You have to understand this. Effectiveness is the game this year. The game for the next 10 years.
No, listen, that's where I've got to stop you. I am not going to live in a football world where it's all about effectiveness. I think you can marry both. Effective dudes, but we need the guys that entertain, because that is what makes football worth watching.
110%, I'm with you there. Yeah, we need those. We need the players that have the technique, that have that leap, bro. Like we need it, but it's not gonna if they're not consistent, if they're not showing with the goals, the assists, the winning games, trophies. It's not gonna. You're not gonna rate them the same as some other players. Hence why Mbappe is so far ahead of Dembele. Dembele is a way better football player than Mbappe will ever be. Yeah. But because Dembele is not doing consistently like Mbappe is, we don't rate him as much. That's why I'm trying to get at the moment.
I hate man. Let me get to your boy Bessie. Thank you for the job, Bessie. Messi should sue FIFA and EA for that cover. No, I would sue.
100%.
I would sue for damaging to my image rights, because him being put next to Henderson, bro, that there's a break tax there. So for me, 100%, I would sue, because that's disgusting. Detroit Rock City, man, thank you for the job. LL, please stop protecting the kick and run merchants. Detroit to Rock City, that kick and run merchants is a World Cup winner, so I would show him some respect. Okay, show him some respect. That's it. Show him some respect. I'm sorry. Kick and run, pace Mbappe, trans Mbappe, say all he wants. He is still a World Cup winner. He's still a World Cup winner. And I know that works people the wrong way. It is what it is. MKs, man, thank you for the MKs. Who is higher on the eye test, Milner or Maguire?
Oh, Milner all day.
Oh, yeah. Maguire's garbage.
Yeah.
No. He said that
I test.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I
Milner.
test yes.
Milner.
Don't do
Milner.
this.
Yes, Milner.
Milner was actually a decent player when in his younger days.
Milner.
No,
Is it, no,
not this
'cause-
Milner.
yeah, Maguire thinks he's good. Like, did you see Maguire try to dribble in that game against Germany? He loses the ball and then Germany go ahead and bro, that fridge, bro. That Maguire, I'm sorry, Maguire, you're a fridge. Go and store food and
We
keep
paid
food
80
frozen.
million for this guy, bro. That's crazy, man.
Okay, I mean, what's all about us, but sorry, but Elsie, Leao is not signing an extension because here he wants to move to an actual big club. I know, Casey. I know. That's my thing. He's
Never read that
coming
right,
on
but
his way.
okay.
He's coming on his way. Casey,
You
yeah,
need
thanks for the job,
You
Casey.
need new glasses, HH.
Patrick, Chelsea are still going to finish in
Facts.
sixth place.
Facts.
Nah.
Yeah, but we're still the UC. Yeah, but we still won the UCL though. And
Oh,
see,
that's fine.
but-
You can have fun then in Moldova,
no, but you know what's so funny is that
Azerbaijan next season.
people are
No,
judging
they're going
Chelsea.
this season. This season they're going to be joining us.
Oh,
Wait. No, but 6 games. They only six. You don't know what I find so funny? After 38 games, don't let Chelsea finish second or third. Just don't.
You
just
might be in
don't.
Europa League in the next 5. I'm just saying.
We're not Man United, bro. We're not Man United. We speak fluent
Unless
trophy.
you beat AC Milan, which I don't see happening. We'll come back to your Europa League, my guy.
Okay. Because if we do the double over Milan, look, Milan, they're favorites. They are favorites in those two games. Don't
so now
let
you
Chelsea.
want the underdog tax. Okay, I got it.
We're the underdogs. We're the underdogs.
Okay.
Samas, thank you for the up. HH, you have that bomb-ass Mount. I would gladly take him at Bayern Munich, and I would gladly give you Musiala because I believe that Mount is a much better player than Musiala. Samas, see, that's for me. Here's my thing: Mount works hard. He has English tax. He gives a great effort, and he can be effective. And also, do you know what I read? I read some data, and they said that Mount's play style works best with Nagelsmann. So I feel that that's what will benefit you. So you take Mount, we take Musiala, and both of us are happy. That's what I feel. I think that's a great swap, bro. Aswin K, it shows how big when Mount is the... But he isn't though. It's Reece James. What do you want about? Reece James is the face of Chelsea's club. And Reece James is a player that Real Madrid have been twerking for. Reece James is the face of a club, not Mount, bro. It's not Mount. Get the hell out of here. LC, lights of a train toilet shine more than the bridge. Casey, 2012. 2012. We beat you out in 2012. Thank you. All right. Detroit's Rock City. LL, give us Kai and we'll give you an overrated surge.
Whoa.
No. After Havertz scored that goal against England, I think I want to have a little bit much more faith in Havertz. No, better swap. Give us Musiala, I'll give you Kai Havertz. Give him Musiala. So guys, let's even now get to this whole thing. So, guys, as I was saying, guys, I saw a very interesting thing. So let me pull up this whole thing. This is about the most valuable players aged under 19. So let me pull this up. Here we go. So let's go through the list. So at number 8, Reina, $38.5, $38.5 mil. Javier Elliott, 38.5. Jeremy Pino, 44. Eduardo Camavinga, 60.5. Ansu Fati, 66. Florian Wirtz, 77. Gavi, 77. Jamal Musiala, 88. Jude Bellingham, 99. Pedri, 99. So, let me confess to us, which name there is too high? And which name there is too low?
I want to rep my USA player, but Reina, really? Reina's on that list?
Reina, you know what? I'll be real with you. Giorina he's better than Pulisic. I believe that he's more talented than Pulisic.
He's good. He's just always injured.
He's always injured. He's always injured.
I don't know about that. I can't think off the top of my head who would replace him, but I don't know. I feel like there's other players better than Reina, but hey. But no, absolutely, Jude Bellingham should not be up there. He should not be that high. Like, Jude Bellingham is good. He's got that English tax with him. Like, you give him, like, it's like an extra 45 for most if you got the English tax, it's an extra 45 mil. So I feel like you bring him down, he's like around where Fati is. But 99 is crazy in my opinion. He's not the same. He's not on the same level as Pedri. Pedri's on a different world. Pedri is so good, bro. Pedri makes Jude Bellingham look like Milner, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like I'm being honest. Like Pedri is different.
yeah. I mean, like Mike, what are you saying? Who's too high? Who is too low?
I kind of agree. I don't think Jude Bellingham deserves to be tied for first with Pedri. Like those guys should not be even in the same conversation.
No.
I don't know how Harvey Elliott made in the top 8, but that's
is that like a Liverpool tax coming in here or something?
I guess they gotta have some Premier League player because he's the only Premier League player on this list. Do you realize? That's the only one.
But then, how many Premier League quality players are 19 or under? There you go. Like I'm trying to think like how many Premier League players of any quality are 19 years or under. So Javier, so he's 19 or 18.
Yeah, I think 18 or 19. Yeah, something like that.
What about that kid from Arsenal?
He's 16. No, he's 15. He's 15. Come on, bro. What the hell?
But yeah, look, it's a good list. I just think Jude Bellingham's too high. Honestly, I rate Florian Wirtz higher than Jude Bellingham. Florian Wirtz is a
baller. A lot of guys are talking. I need to see some footage of this. So is he from Leverkusen?
Yeah, Leverkusen. He has an ACL tear now, so he'll miss the World Cup. But this guy's a serious baller. Man. Oh, I absolutely love Florian Wirtz. Bayern Munich already talked about buying him for 100 million, I believe it is. So,
whoa,
yeah,
100 million.
Yeah, 100 million. Yep,
that's crazy.
Wait, so who wants to buy him for 100 million? Who?
Bayern Munich want to buy Florian Wirtz for 100 million.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing. I don't know why. I'm not sure whether Harvey Elliott should make. See, for me, I don't want to seem anti-English. I really want to seem because every time I say this stuff, I seem anti-English. But guys, I swear, I'm just talking objectively as speaking. Harvey Elliott, I think he's good. I think that he's having a very tough job being thrown into the deep end for Liverpool. I remember he's coming off a very serious injury. So I do think that he's under a lot of pressure, playing a very crucial role for Liverpool, specifically when they're going through a transition. And he hasn't been helped because Klopp's transfer window was not that great. I like Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham definitely should be on this list. He's too high. You can't have him ahead of Musiala. I don't think you can have him ahead of... Bro, I'm sorry, man. Am I the only guy that rates Ansu Fati?
No, Fati should be ahead of Bellingham as well.
Ansu Fati, I think, should be higher than Vets and Gavi. Because for me, I would say, if in terms of value, I'd have Pedri number 1, Musiala number 2. I'd have Fati now number 3.
I don't know about that. Because he's injury prone. That's the problem.
No, but my thing is even... So are we applying injury tax to value? Or are we just saying purely on how good you are? Putting injury tax to one side.
Because the game value is how you want to affect my team. If I know you're going to be injured, then I can't value you that much that higher.
Okay. Look. So if we're doing that, then if we're bringing injury tax into it, then Fati shouldn't even be on this list. Because like he gets
on the list. I think your Fati number 3 is kind of wild, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Because I put Camavinga ahead of Fati because I know Camavinga is going to be there the entire season.
I'm surprised there's not one player on this list, and that's Benjamin Šeško, the Slovenian striker.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy goal, bro. That was a crazy goal. He scored
2 crazy goals over the international break. This guy is a serious striker.
I hear that he's really good. I know United want him. I don't know why, but I've never seen this guy play actually. He plays for Salzburg, right?
He is a good striker. I mean, he's tall, but he's also got technical ability. He's got technique and Cellini.
Mike, because I was attacked yesterday. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Because I said that Haaland is a trash footballer, great goal scorer. And then City fans were on my neck saying that, oh my gosh, but because he's so tall, he looks like that and so forth. I say, no. There are tall players with quality, technique, and so forth. Mario Gomez, Zlatan, and this guy Pedri as well. So don't use that tall tactics and so forth. Haaland is just a trash football player, but he can score. But that's one side. And look, I think that like Pedri is that dude. Like for me, I think because for me, my thing because you know when guys were talking about Pedri, I was like, blah, 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 blah. Then I think it was that semi-final against Italy, how well he dominated Italy for like 2 hours, and the game against Bayern Munich, because okay, this guy's different right now. And I think that this guy's 19. So to be this good and to be completely dominating in midfield at 19, I think that is freaking crazy. But I said again, Musiala, man. That's a player.
You watch him again today, HH?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think his assist to Mane, where he pretty much.
Harvey Elliott above Chouameni?
No, but Chouameni's 22.
Chouameni is older. No, this is 19 and under.
Yeah.
No, isn't he? No, Chouameni is 19.
No,
No,
is he
he's
not?
22, 23.
No way, really?
Yeah,
Chouameni's
the guy's
22, 23, yeah.
wait, hold on. Chouameni, he
been
is
around for a while.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay, never mind.
Wait, how old is Camavinga?
He's
Oh,
he must
Camavinga
be
is 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
So shouldn't Camavinga be in this list?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely higher rated than Harvey Elliott. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
see, that's one thing that how is Javi Elliott and Gio Reyna and Jeremy Pino more valuable than
American
Camavinga?
and English tax. American and
Yeah,
English
look,
tax.
without that American English tax is real,
No,
man.
Camavinga's on it.
Oh, sorry, he's on it. Sorry, he is on it. So,
Yeah.
oh, wow. So, yeah, 5. Oh, yeah, sorry, he's 5. No, Camavinga is 5. Yeah. That makes sense. So, I mean, okay, let me be real. Okay, let me come to us. Pedri or Musiala, who ends up being regarded as the greater player at the end of their careers? Who has the higher ceiling? No, sorry. Who do you feel... Actually, no, because those are two different questions. So my first thing is, I'll give you two questions. Who has a higher ceiling? Who will have the greater career? Who will be regarded as the better, greater player?
I don't know. This is hard because you got a credible midfielder and a credible attacker. And I don't know. I feel like Musiala will have the better career, mainly because he's going to have the goals, the assists to just back it up. But I think Pedri has the higher ceiling. God, I think Pedri is going to be. I think Pedri is like that kind of player that can fit in any team. He can go to that Liverpool side, make them incredible. Go to United, make them incredible. Make PSG look actually like a good team. Like I think Pedri is that. I think Pedri has a ceiling that's untouchable right now. And Musiala, I like Musiala a lot, but I need to see you do it other than Bundesliga because there is a Bundesliga attack at the end of the day. There is. We
Do
gotta
you see
keep
what
it real.
Haaland and Lewandowski are doing? Oh,
Yeah, you know what? I'm not... See, for me, I don't think it's Bundesliga. Again,
And then you have the Kai Havertz and the Joe Lintons and the
no.
Hollards, like,
Kai Havertz.
But are you putting Joe
any
Linton-
Bundesliga player that goes to Chelsea, they're gonna be ruined. It's facts.
awesome.
Look at you.
No, but
Look at Kai
I'm not
Havertz.
saying Musiala is bad. I'm not saying I want to see him do it in a different league because I don't like using the Bundesliga as your like main point, and because I haven't seen Musiala do that great in the Champions League either way. So I think Musiala is incredible. I think he'll have the better career, but I think Pedri has the higher ceiling at the end of the day. Like it is what it is.
What do you... And Michael, what are you saying, bro?
I mean, both players are going to be exceptional players. Really excited for the future. That's for sure. At least we got some ballers in this crazy world because it's hard to find some ballers in this footballing world. But I think Pedri is going to be the better player. This guy is just something different. I mean, and he can just make such an impact on the game. And Oz talks about goals and assists. I think Pedri can get goals and assists. He's gotten plenty of goals. He should have scored against Bayern Munich, let's be real. And the assist-wise, I think he can create... Musiala, look, he's going to be a number 10, be in and around the box, but I think Pedri can be that guy. Pedri is that baller. I mean, if you watch the game against...
Because being a center attacking midfielder, I feel like he's going to get a bunch more goals than Pedri will ever think of. Because Pedri, at the end of the day, he's more like the Iniesta type, where Iniesta, he didn't need the goals to back it up. You could just tell from the eye test this guy was incredible. And that's why I think Pedri is he's gonna have that similar career as Iniesta, in my opinion.
No, but see, my thing is that like it's also depends the trajectory of the clubs that they're in and so forth, you know. Because if, for instance, like Bayern continue to say what's up, and Musiala is a major part of that, then that can be really helpful for him, Like, but I mean, if you do ask me now, who's going to be regarded as a better player and so forth, I'd probably say Pedri as well. But again, we just don't know how the future will hold because, bro, this Musiala kid, I just think this guy's just getting better and better and better and better and better and just doing crazy, crazy things. Like the amount of ability he has is huge. And also, the key thing is this World Cup. And also, they're going to go at each other. Spain against Germany. They're in the same group. Because my thing is that I'm not sure Germany make it out of the group.
I think that's mainly because Germany's so bad. Don't have an overall.
Yeah, no. Because
why.
But again, I just always say I've never bet against Germany. But I don't think this generation is as strong, but never bet against them. But I feel that if Germany gets out of the group, I think Musiala could be one of the breakout stars. Like he may win like the Golden Ball Young Player of the tournament, but it's really all dependent on what Germany do.
I disagree, HH.
With what specifically?
With Musiala winning the Golden Boy of the tournament, as long as Pedri's around. As long as Pedri's around,
I'm not saying he'll win. I said he might be in contention,
but he'll lose. He'll lose it. It's sad to say that, but he'll lose it compared to Pedri, right? It's unfortunate. The thing is, Musiala is good, but Pedri is just different gravy. HH, the way the boy can. No. What I'm saying is this: it takes a lot for a midfielder to dictate the tempo of a game. You normally see that when especially a CM, as he gets more experienced, right? Then he can control the tempo of the game. Whereby this kid is already showing us the signs that he can come in, slow down the game and speed it up. These things that Xavi was doing this in his later 20s. Modric was doing this later on, and so it's not something that your the end of the day midfielder can just come in and do it. So we said that's not to take anything away from Musiala. Musiala is a very but I feel as if there are more players in Musiala's mold than in Pedri's mold in this day and age.
Before I continue, Ricardo, let me just hit this dozen. I want to hear what Ricardo said about these young guys. QC8, HH, are you okay with Todd naming Chelsea London Cowboys?
West London Cowboys.
QC8, thanks for that, bro. Thanks for that. But I'm not going to be answering that trash. Aswin K, Camavinga changed the 3 UCL knockouts on his own. On his own, I mean, I know that one of them he did. I wouldn't say he changed them all 3. And also, the Chelsea game was rigged, man, because that Alonso goal should have stood. So, that Chelsea game, I'm not too sure about that. Adams, take the drop, Adams, man. Pedri or Cesc at 19? For me, Cesc was clear at 19.
Cesc Fabregas at 19
I don't know
was a baller.
Cesc Fabregas was good at a young age, to be fair.
He was really good.
But was he better than Pedri at 19, though?
I mean, I don't know. That's hard. I know both.
No, because this was when he was at Arsenal, wasn't it? He was at Arsenal at 19.
Yeah.
Pedro's doing it at Barca right now, so I don't know.
Yes, because and also for me,
even at Spain, even for Spain, not just Barca, man.
That's what I said. I mean, did Fabregas have a performance at the Euros? Like, did Fabregas do that kind of big performance at the Euros in the Champions League?
You can't judge backwards now. You can't just because one player did it now. That means we got to judge him on the previous player on that metric.
No, I feel that is kind of true. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's always tricky.
I can't lie. Says Fabregas at that age.
No. Fabregas was quality. Fabregas was for Arsenal. I always say that Fabregas was very, very underrated and undervalued, man. Because bro, that guy, in terms of eye for a pass, one of the best I've seen.
One of their best players that they let go.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
So Ricardo, talk to me, man. So this is the list of the most valuable under 19 players, man.
Let's see.
Who's too high? Who's too low? Who should even be on this list?
Bellingham is too high.
Yeah.
I would say Bellingham is high. Although I think he's a quality player. I'm surprised Jeremy Pino's there because he's actually very good. Harvey Elliott. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said with my piece about English players last time. and I felt like they're massively overrated, even though I think that Bellingham is actually a quality talent. I'm happy Jamal Musiala is actually representing Germany because I don't know if I would have the same energy if he was playing for the English national team, right?
That's so. That's actually very interesting. So if Musiala was English and was living in England, would you still be repping him, or would he still be repped up as much as he is now?
Saudi wouldn't even select him.
I think he would be repped up a lot more. But the thing, I rate him because he's playing for Bayern Munich. Now that might be a bias because Bayern is my second favorite team. So I've always just like playing. Like I just have a different bias. Like I'll admit I'll have a bias, and I genuinely like the way Musiala plays. Like I think he is an absolute quality player. But then again, when I see like Musiala play, there's a lot of young players who replicate who have replicate in his mold. Like there's nothing substantially different about him. Like every new young player, at least a forward, kind of has this moment where like, oh, he's taking on players, he's passing, he's goal scoring. But that's just kind of good because we have no expectation for them. So whatever they do, it just looks amazing. When you start putting expectation, then you really judge a player. It's like when we saw Phil Foden. Like when we saw Foden, we had no expectation of the kid. So everything he was doing was just amazing. And rightfully so, he deserved the credit. But now when you put standards upon players, well, they only look amazing when they start exceeding those standards. So we'll see with Jamal Musiala. I think he's there. I think when you compare him to Pedri, to me, I'm sorry, Pedri is out of those list of players, he's by far the best one. It's unfortunate that Florian Wirtz got injured because I thought he's very freaking good too. I think Ansu.
Without injuries, I would put him higher. But the guy said that look like if we're saying that injury coincides with value, then I get it.
I mean, no, it definitely is true because I personally always felt that Pedri was a better talent than Ansu Fati. It's kind of weird to compare him because one's a forward and one's a midfielder. But I think out of the new generation of players, I don't like when people throw the word generational around because then it cheapens out the word, right? I generally believe when I think of generational players, to me, Mbappe and Haaland are clearly 1 and 2. As much as maybe you don't want to admit that Haaland is one, but his ability to goal score,
Haaland,
bro, that's a generational ability at that level for his age. That's a generational player. We not even Messi and Ronaldo were scoring at that rate. So you have to admit that he is. How is Haaland not a generational player? A generational player doesn't necessarily mean that his overall talent is of the highest quality. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, what other player is scoring at this rate at his age? There isn't. There hasn't. Not even Messi, Ronaldo was. It took maybe Brazilian Ronaldo, because at that age Ronaldo was insane, and people called him a generation, an all-time talent. I'm not saying Haaland is an all-time talent, but he's definitely generational. And then to me, the other player is Pedri. I think when you look at outside of forwards on the midfield, it's what Don Smoke said. The level of maturity that Pedri plays with, it's way more than any other of those players that are listed. Because I remember this is his third year doing it at the top level. He came from Las Palmas, who I believe at the time was a second division team, came to Barcelona in his first year, pretty much became a starter, and then continued to play in the Euros, won Golden Boy, was one of the best, I think the Golden Boy of the Euros, I believe it was. And he played like 70-something games in that whole season. The next season, he eventually got injured, didn't play as much. And now we're seeing him again. He's continuing and improving. As good as Musiala is, I don't think he has shown the level of consistency so far, which I think he eventually would.
But I think this could be his breakout season. I think that, for me, I think this season he's just gone crazy. Like last season, I was Musiala, he's pretty good and so forth, but I think this season he's now much more of a starter, and pretty much, I think Ban have said that, he's been Ban's best player by far this season.
He's definitely, I mean, this season, I mean, last season he was good. I think this
Yeah,
season
no,
he's,
yeah,
he's keeping it up.
he was because but really this season he's really just pops up. So this could really be this is really his
Yeah,
breakout where he really now
this
comes
is
to
just
his own.
like he's coming to his own, and I would agree to that. I think he's definitely going to take a next step, and he's clearly shown at the start of the season he's been Bayern's best player or minimum one of, right? Because I think like Leroy Sané has actually been very good for them too, and Kimmich. With that list, I think Bellingham is too high. I would say Kamavinga probably deserves to be a little higher.
But see, how do they come up with this? Because look at how we're talking about Pedri and what is done and so forth. So how do they have Bellingham and Pedri on the same value? Like what metrics are they using?
I think it has
English
to do with.
tax. That's what
I think it has to do with projection. One, because well, obviously the talent is obvious. Two, I think every position actually has an inherent value. So, for example, if you look at these players, I think Ansu Fati is quite literally the only like forward like. And I think because those players are expected to get the goals and the game is based on goals, they have an inherent higher value. Whereas like Pedri, I like if Pedri was and this is kind of weird, but if you were to transfer Pedri's skills in that mature level to as a forward, I think he would be valued way more. That's why Haaland was valued way more. That's why his release class seems so undervalued. And that's why like there's no defenders on this list. There's absolutely no defenders on this list. It tells
Because
you
the defenders are trash these days.
I would say this, right? Think of the stock markets, right? Whereby the prices of the stock is normally derived based on news, right? What's the news around?
Yeah.
So now, with Bellingham, it's more of the hype and what's coming from the English press. So
It's
let me
English
give a
tax.
scenario,
There's
right?
English tax, yeah.
Let me give a scenario. If Bellingham was as good as Pedri, do you think he would cost what he costs right now, or will it be double?
Yeah,
It'd be
double.
way more. It'd be
Right.
way
So
more.
that shows you that majority of it is actually the hype
Yeah.
of that's around the player. Whereby let's say Kamavinga, because he's coming from Uber Eats, right? No one. Okay, not many people outside France and whoever follows France football would actually be putting that positive reinforcement out to the public, like, hey, this is the next.
So basically, this is bull crap. So basically, this is pretty much bull crap. So basically, this is the stuff that I fight against. So basically, this doesn't come from any kind of proper football analytical viewpoint.
Well, to be fair, transfer market is actually one of the more reliable sources. Like even professional clubs do use this website.
Transfer market is bloody good, man. Because I've been using this recently. That thing is damn good, man. Transfer market is really
the
good.
thing I'll say about Kamavinga though, and I know a lot of Madrid fans are gonna want to beat me up for this, but if you know ball, you know ball. Kamavinga's best performances have came when he came off the bench. Now, whether or not there is like some sort of like, well, you come off the bench, you're fresher. That's what sometimes players do. Like last season, Barcelona purposely will put in Traore or Dembele in the second half because they were just impossible to handle when some guys are like 45 minutes deep into the game. But when there's been a lot of games so far this season when Kamavinga has started and he hasn't looked that good. So, I mean, it's an observation to make why, he perhaps isn't, he's probably in the middle of the pack. Like, I still think he's an exceptional talent. That's why, he's starting so far, but he hasn't been as consistent as one may have think.
So, wait, I want to call to Mike with this. So, Mike, I mean, is there a scenario where Ansu Fati beats this injury crap and has just a clean road of just play? Because my belief is this: if he beats this whole injury stuff, I do feel he'll be one of the most valuable players in the world. I think the only thing holding him back is because he's hardly injured. But I've never seen a guy so young make such an instant impact and be so effective. Like using Oz's buzzword, he's super effective. He just knows how to get his things done. Is there a scenario where this guy can beat this injury crap? Mikey. Wait, Mike, can you hear me?
I mean, it's hard to tell, really, with Ansu Fati. Is my internet bad?
Yeah. I think you're delay. Go for it. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Brickness. I think that guy was stuck in the Matrix. So talk to me. Do you think Fati can beat this injury trash, man?
Man, I really hope because Ansu Fati is very, very talented, and I think when people say he can like take that Messi mantle, I don't want to put on that like expectation, but I feel like he'll be on that kind of trajectory because he's very talented. I think the only thing missing in his game is the goals and assists and just basically staying fit. Because Fati on his day can change a game. Fati
Yeah.
can change a game just like that. Like it's so quick. Like this guy is so good. He's really good, but I'm worried because all of the injuries, all of the being fit and all that. I feel like that's going to have a toll because you're not gaining those games. You're not gaining the experience that you need to order to fill that Messi type player. But I think I hope I think Barca are getting it right this season. Dembele hasn't been injured. Fati is staying fit, kind of. So I think Barca are getting it right now. But we'll have to see at the end of the season because right now, in my opinion, I don't think Fati's going to live up to what people want him to be. But we'll see as the season progresses. So,
Mikey, you're back, bro. So Fati
Yeah, Siberia took me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it took me and then I got released back. So still on Ansu Fati, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell with Ansu Fati. I mean, has he had both ACLs torn? Is that correct? I believe both of them, or one of them at least. Like, that is bad. At that age as well, when you're developing and you got the skills and you're obviously going into the squad at such a young age. I don't know. Like, there is a good player there, but is it just going to be a scenario where, what if? What if for Ansu Fati? Because we see there's the quality there, but it's just going to be a what if situation, and that's kind of sad to see because the guy has quality. Maybe not so consistent to what we expect, maybe because we see that there is a baller, but yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
All right, man. Let me just take some debates, man, and we'll talk about North London. Shout out to your boy LC, the Barca hater. Jude is crap. Nowhere near Musiala, but English tax. Now, I wouldn't say it's crap. Being crap, that's too extreme, but I do feel Musiala is the better talent, though. Musiala is the better talent. QC8, what has fatigue done to get this hype? Overrated. Well, every time the guy has... I don't know what the hate is. When he's not been injured and he's come and he's been effective, the only thing that has held him back is he's been freaking injured. So that's the only thing is injury. LC, Pedri, the best youngster at the Euros. What has Jude done? It's called English tax. That's what it is. It's merely English tax, bro. Wing, I give it a little wing, man. Dr. Phil equals Mounts with less energy. Pep, system tax. I think this is in reference to Phil Foden, man. Look, Phil Foden, I still think the guy is talented, but yeah, every time I see him for England, man, the guy has not been it, bro. All right, guys, let's get real right now. So now, I want to be fully fair here and objective because people say that, oh, you're anti-Arsenal, you're anti-Spurs. So I want to come in here fully objective. They're both in form. They're both in form. And I think what makes this game so good is I think both of these guys should both make top four. What does that mean for Chelsea? Lord help us. We pray for divine intervention. And I think that these guys are both going to have, I think, a very good, solid season this season. So I think what makes this so good is that both of these guys are on the high. Overall, I believe Arsenal are the better team. They play the better football. They have better chemistry. So I do feel that, especially being at the Emirates, I do feel that they should edge it and give it to Tottenham. I don't see a scenario where Tottenham beat Arsenal. The best Tottenham can hope for is a draw. I think Arsenal should and believe that they should. Arsenal, if everybody plays well and they do the thing, which I think they will, because Arsenal have pretty much always played well this season, they should say what's up. But here's the thing. How much did that break with the English Queen dying and the World Cup break? How much would that have affected Arsenal? And how much did that mess with their flow? Because Arsenal were really good and playing well and even in the game they lost against United, they still played well in that game. So how much will that affect them? But I just think that I just feel Arsenal just have too much quality for Tottenham. Personally, I think they'll have too much quality. Like, I'll be shocked. See, here's the thing though. If Tottenham beats Arsenal, I think it could really, really affect Arsenal. I think Tottenham beating Arsenal would have a greater effect on Arsenal than Arsenal were to beat Tottenham. Because if they beat them, that could just mentally, psychologically, it's being a derby, really derail them, psychologically speaking. But I just don't see a scenario where Tottenham beat Arsenal, man. So, because I am sort of flirting between it being a 2-2 and Arsenal winning like 2-1 or even 3-1. Smoke, what do you say, man? Arsenal and Spurs.
First thing I have to apologize
Uh-oh.
for only calling the Took a terrorist, right? I watched Spurs versus Sporting.
Wow.
I must say, right, if this is the team that people are saying will push City for the title, I'm worried about the Premier League, right? Then the
Well,
Premier League is not
smoke.
really.
The Pepe League was a done deal long time ago. Like, it's been a lost cause for ages, bro. And no, remember, smoke. I said Tottenham will finish second. Now, you can still finish second, 30 points behind the first place. That can still happen.
All I'm saying is, if this is the team that's supposed to finish second in the Premier League, then we really overrate this league. That's what
Yes.
I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. The football was atrocious, against Sporting, and Sporting is the team which every English side slaps, right? These guys look like Tottenham was the underdogs, and even the game where Tottenham drew against Chelsea, it was just let's pray for miracle and some horrendous refereeing, which we must give. There is nothing besides moments of individual brilliance. There is not much which I could say Tottenham are doing well. Because even the game against Leicester,
Leicester
Son's
are trash.
no. Besides Leicester being trash, it looked like a draw. That game was going to be a draw, and Son came on and he had and he done his thing. The thing is, Spurs Spurs are playing similar to how Madrid were playing in the Champions League, whereby they get bashed the whole game, right? And then they pray for some guys to come and rescue them. And
Wait,
the thing
Smoke,
is,
don't do that. Smoke, don't do that. Smoke, don't put Tottenham and Real Madrid in the same sentence. Don't do that.
no. I'm
That's a horrible
giving
analogy.
you.
And also, Smoke,
I'm
that
telling
is
you what.
coming from a bad place because of what they did to you in the semis. You're still having Rodrigo Niceman's, bro.
What I'm saying is, anyone who's been convinced by Tottenham, I don't know what to say to you guys. I expect Arsenal to win this game, right? The thing is, Arsenal being Arsenal, right? Ateta being Ateta, they're gonna make it hard on themselves because he's gonna make some bad tactical decisions. We expect it from Ateta,
But they've
whereby
looked, no, look, man. I know we call them light bulb. They've looked high this season now.
yeah, but look at what he done against United. He's a bit naive. He's still naive. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Whereby when you are ahead or when you get back in the game, instead of controlling the game, at times maybe he tries to push it too much and then end up conceding. So hence I'm saying Arsenal will find a way to make the game difficult for themselves, harder than has to be. But I see a 2-1 win. It will be 2-0 and then or 3-0 and then they will equalize. Tottenham will come back and try to do a recovery mission. That's but Spurs are playing for a draw or a late upset. Those guys are not coming to win.
Oh, what are you saying, bro?
So the way I take these like big games is who has more to lose? Is it Arsenal or Spurs? And I think Arsenal have everything to lose because if they do lose this game, Arsenal I feel like will spiral down to like a different dimension because this will definitely get to those players. Do I think Spurs are going to win the game? Not necessarily. I think if I'm being very objective, which is very rare because I don't like Arsenal at all, not even a little bit. But being objective, I see this game being like a draw. I think it's going to be like a 2-2 game. It's going to be crazy. I think Kane's going to have something in this game. I
Yeah,
think
but should ask based on how well Arsenal have been playing, and as we just said, Tottenham, yes, they've been effective, but they've not been playing too good.
see the
A
thing
draw,
is
a draw would actually be a draw would be a disappointing result for Arsenal. Great for Tottenham, for Arsenal, that's a disappointment. Based
Yeah,
on how good they've been, that would be a disappointment. At the crib to draw, nah.
because you look at this game, everything is in Arsenal's favor. They're top of the league. They're at home. They have played better football than Spurs. I feel like that is going to get to their heads. And look, we all said this about when we're about to play United. They're like, oh, they're going to roll over these guys. They're not ready for it. But the thing is, Arsenal don't know how to play a pragmatic team. They don't know how to play a manager that knows what he's doing. Because Conte knows what he's doing. You could say Sporting, he lost to Sporting. You could say all this and all that, but at the end of the day, Conte is a good manager. He won enter their first Scudetto in a while. So I rate Conte as a manager. Hence why I think Conte will get a do.
What has he ever left a champ? How many times has he gone through the group in the Champions League? So what's because you say no. You say you rate him as a manager. So talk to me. What's his UCL record like with Juve and Inter?
Is this a league game or a Champions League game?
Okay, all right. No, then call him a domestic manager. Then say it right. Say he's a great domestic manager, but he's a UCL.
I didn't think he's a great manager. I say he's a good manager.
Good manager. Okay, so basically UCL bomb, the domestic good manager. Okay, got it.
But look, I think Kane's gonna say what's up on Saturday. He will say what's up.
The tree trunk. Shout out to the tree trunk.
I guarantee you, because there's the kind of game that Kane says what's up in. This is the kind of game where like
no. You see, that's where you're right. Kane lives for these games. Now, a big final where things are happening. No, he's a local derby guy. There we go. Thank you. And this is why he's not world class. His domestic class, not world class.
And I as much as I think Arsenal do play good football, that is going to be their downfall because, like Pep, Arteta is very stubborn on the way he's played. It's either plan A or no plan at all. So if plan A doesn't work, that means you didn't do plan A right. That's what I see in Pep, and I see in Arteta as well. Like, because it's only so far that good football can take you. Pep has shown that good football. He plays incredible football, wins prams and all that, but doesn't do it in the Champions League where it matters. So it only takes you as far as you. It doesn't always help. You need to be able to have a plan B, and in my opinion,
but Arsenal's plan A should work though. They shouldn't be a plan B against Tottenham.
But there are times where it's like, oh, maybe something might not go well. Maybe there's an injured player. And I think Arsenal have a big boost in this game because Partey, I think, is coming back. And I think Kulusevski is out, if I'm not mistaken. So if that's the case, Arsenal have everything going.
But are we sleeping on Richie Rich?
No, we're not. We're really not. As much as I like Richarlison, and I think he should start for Brazil, I don't think this is the kind of game he's going to flourish in. Because Richarlison is a target man. They don't need a target. Spurs don't need a target man.
How are Brazil starting its target man at the World Cup and they think they're going to win the World Cup? Get the hell out of here, man. What's it called? Ricardo, talk to me, man. Arsenal
and I think it's a good game. It's at the Emirates, right?
Si, senor.
It should be a good game. I think it's going to be a draw, if I'm being honest. I think Arsenal...
Wait, hold on. So after everything, Arsenal, we're going to win the league, treble, we're back, Invincibles are back, and so forth. You're going to give me a draw against Tottenham?
Yeah.
You can't beat a team where the starting striker is a tree trunk. Ricardo, come on, bro. You're going to do better than that. Give me 3-1 at least. Give me 3-1.
I'm not giving you 3-1. I'm giving you.
Wait. Hold on. So Ricardo, you can't give me 3-1 at the crib when you've been playing well. Everything's doing well. Jesus is that dude. And literally, you're playing against, what's it called? Richie Rich and a tree trunk.
I think we have to start putting more respect on
who?
On Charlison, man. On Charlie. We got to
Ray,
put more respect.
Ricardo.
He might lead Brazil to a World Cup, man.
Ricardo, first of all, he ain't Brazilian. He forged his passport. Brazilians
like-
don't do targets, man. So,
Charlie said-
for me, I don't recognize him as a Brazilian. So I don't know what he is.
I mean, I think you'd feel different if he was Nigerian, but
He can never make the team.
he'd be your best player.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just not confident in Arsenal because they had a great start, but like I said last time, like the first time they played a decent team, which was United, a team that at the time they should have won because not that United. Well, actually, United did beat Liverpool and then they beat another team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think people were right that they haven't played anybody like good, and then when they finally did play somebody good, they clearly showed that they aren't of that level.
Wait, hold on, Ricardo. Don't be a coward. Be brave. So you're saying that all we've seen from Arsenal is a fugazi, and you don't believe in them. So you say that the hype is fake. So you're insulting Arsenal, pretty much insulting Arsenal fans.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so guys, I'll give you his details. Arsenal fans, continue.
I told you from the start that Arsenal weren't going to make a title challenge. This happens every single season, like every single season. I can't.
But they've looked different. No, look, in fairness, they've been a lot better this season compared to last season. And give it up to Jesus and Saliba who've improved them.
Sure. Against shit teams, sure. When they play a good team, they haven't actually shown the same quality. I think it could be a tie tomorrow. I think a 2-2. I think Harold Kane scores and Richarlison scores. Yes, I think both of them will score. I don't trust Son because Son. Other than that, like hat trick he had, he's been a fraud the whole season. And
wait, see, hold up.
Hello Kitty tax, man.
HH, I'm not gonna allow you to defend Son today, bro. No, that's not what we're gonna do.
No. He called him a fraud. I can say, okay, he's had no. See. Fraud. That's no way. Hold up. Fraud is Timo Werner, bro. How could you call a guy a fraud when this guy pretty much was the reason that Tottenham made that UCL final? After what he did against Man City,
Lucas is the reason why. You said UCL final.
But who was the toughest team that they played?
Doesn't matter.
Man City.
No, Man City just they have a history of just.
They reached 98 points, man. Look, man, Mike, what will happen in this game, man?
This is going to be a comfortable win for Arsenal. 3-1. I'll tell
Mike,
you why.
Why are you hating on the tree trunk from England, man? Why?
First off, he ain't no tree trunk. He's a quality striker.
Spurs have never scored in a major final.
At the Emirates or Highbury, whatever you want to call it, twice since 1993. Twice. In what, 30 years? I cannot see Spurs winning this game. The only way I can see them is if they're super, super clinical on the counterattack. Because that's what Conte is going to do. He is going to set up the Italian mafia bus at the Emirates and hit them on the counterattack. A Conte special. And it's just about how do Arsenal deal with the transition in attack and defense. That's what Arsenal have to worry about. Otherwise, they should be winning the midfield battle. Unless Basuma starts, which I don't see Basuma starting. And, I mean, Perisic can be good on this day, but Perisic is going to have a tough time to deal with Saka.
Wait, so hold on. So I think I'll just say this in the streets. So, Egal, I've sent you the link, man. So, Egal,
all right. There we go.
Egal, if you want to jump on and defend your bum-ass team, man, click the link, man. Click the link, bro. Mike, continue. So you're saying that about the trade trunk having never scored in a major final, and his only goal in a major semi was laser tax after he missed the penalty.
Goal scorer in the North London derby, right? You do realize that.
No. I do. No. Again, yeah, I realize that. But I'm saying that this is his game. Hence why he's not world class. He's domestic class. He's not world class. He shows up in these games, not in big finals where things are really on the line.
Class?
What?
Is Lukaku world class?
Who was man of the match against Brazil in the World Cup quarterfinal?
So
we're trying to say. Who was the man of the match in a World Cup quarterfinal? Something that bomb Kane could call a dream of, man.
Lukaku or Kane? Please answer me that, HH.
What's good, bro?
Yeah, so Mike, what do you say? Lukaku or Kane? What do you say?
Eye test. Who rates higher on the eye test?
Lukaku at Inter Milan or Lukaku at Chelsea? So you mean them at their peak?
Lukaku overall,
Surely it has to be Kane, right?
yes.
Lukaku at Inter Milan was alright, man. Lukaku at Inter Milan was alright. But hold up, Mike. So talk to me. So this game.
Belgian chocolate, though.
Yeah, but look, I think Arsenal will win this game convincingly. I just can't see Spurs doing anything else. I think Kulusevski is going to be a big loss. You're going to put Richarlison on the right wing? Really? In transition?
Is Partey injured?
Is Romero playing?
Is Partey injured?
Partey's fit.
And
If
Romero,
Partey's fit, then they win the midfield battle, man.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
Romero,
getting-
totally, he's out too.
No,
Wait,
Romero's
hold
fit,
on,
I
Mike.
think.
Mike, yeah.
Romero,
I think
Romero's
Romero's
fit.
fit. So I think he's going to play. Which
So
is
Mike,
big.
you're saying an easy Arsenal dub.
Jesus is getting
Yep,
popped.
3-1. Easy. This should be easy for them.
All right. So okay. So
I like Mike.
So, girl, shout out. Well, aloha. Again, shout out to you. Like I can see you repping Arsenal in the background. Man. Look, girl, here's the deal. Now, I'm see. Unlike most of the guys, I'm actually very objective here. I'm not a tribal fan. I'm very objective, and I always
don't
talk
listen to
real.
that.
So you're not dealing with a tribalistic Chelsea fan who kicks guys off trains. I'm actually a very fair guy. So my thing is is that I think someone even says, I think it was Oz that said it, Arsenal have more to lose than Tottenham. If Arsenal beats Tottenham, they're on form, they're doing well, they're at home, they're at the crib, you expect them to do that. If Tottenham beats Arsenal, I think that will put a lot more questions into Arsenal's heads, and that could affect them. Another dimension, before I give it to you, is I think, because people kept asking me during this break, when the English Queen died and the World Cup thing, who will this affect though the most? And I said that it would benefit Chelsea and Liverpool, because Liverpool, if you questions Chelsea, Potter is new, he needed as much time as possible. And it's that it could, not it will, it could negatively affect Arsenal because they were on such a good run and they were playing so well. And when you're playing so well, you won the next game, the next game. But if you have this massive lull, that massive lull could affect how good you're going. So, 2 questions. Do you think this break will affect how well Arsenal have been playing? And second thing, is it up for you at the crib against Tottenham?
Okay. Will the break affect us? Yes, positively, because we now have
Positively?
Yes, because now we have some of our players back fit, like Zinchenko. We'll have Odegaard fit. We'll have Partey fit. We'll have some of these guys fit. When it comes to who does it mean more to? It means more to Tottenham, because if Tottenham can come to our house and win, they get that monkey off their back. They break a record, and it will mean more to them. If they lose, they just say, "Oh, we lose to them every year, but we still finish above them." That's what they're gonna say. And if we win, it's expected. Let's be honest. When Tottenham show up to the Emirates, it's the equivalent to Crystal Palace or Brentford showing up. When it
Whoa,
comes
Egal, relax. Egal, that's messed up.
1 second. When it comes to results, it tends to be we are the favorites. We are the team that imposes.
You
the
say
way that-
Brentford.
Listen to what I'm saying, though.
Oh, okay, let him know.
In the sense that we come into that game expecting a win. We come into that game expecting a result from our team. We come into that game expecting to be facing an inferior side. Even though Tottenham are great, when it comes to North London derbies, mentally they have a mental issue, a mental block where they can't show up. And the way that Tottenham play, it plays into our hands. Just like everyone keeps saying, the way that we play plays into their hands, they tend to start slow. We tend to start quite quick. So if Tottenham come into the Emirates and they try to grind into the game and get their gears going as the game gets later, it might be too late, because we start quick off the gates and we score goals. And you know what? It's night-night, because what happened over the last couple of years, Tottenham got it. Whenever they drew, they would have to get the opening goal. They would have to come to our house and start the game off hot. If they don't come to our house and get an early goal, game's done for them, because they can't. Tottenham tend to start slow. Arsenal tend to come to these games, and it's a mental game as much as it is on the football pitch.
But if I think Tottenham's best result is a draw. I don't think Tottenham will win this game. But in the scenario that Tottenham were to win, how much do you think it will affect Arsenal, based on what you said of how Tottenham don't really do too well here, the history favors Arsenal? How much would this actually affect you guys mentally if Tottenham were to somehow win?
It shouldn't affect us in the sense that it affects the players, because they're professionals. But what it will affect, it will cause doubt throughout the fan base, because the fan base is quite optimistic about the season, optimistic about everything and how in the direction that we're going in. We've never lost to Tottenham at home in a long time. If we lose now with one of our best teams, Going into that Liverpool game, we're now going to go in a little bit more pessimistic, a little bit more shocked. But I think what could be more catastrophic than a Tottenham loss, this could be an injury to Thomas Partey again. If we get an injury to Thomas Partey again, that will be more catastrophic than any result.
You said optimistic about the season. Does that optimism equate to winning a trophy or
Yes,
a title?
Europa League.
What's trophy? What trophy?
Europa League. I think Arsenal are one of the favorites to win the Europa League this season.
It's no. Wait, hold on. Egal, you can't say that. Do you know why you can't say that? We have to wait until we see which teams drop down from the Champions League. Because
right.
Smoke, relax. In the scenario that Atletico Madrid, Juventus, Inter Milan drop down, how are Arsenal still favorites?
Okay, I will tell you this right now. I favor Arsenal versus Juventus. I think Juventus are one of the worst sides in Europe at this moment in time.
Okay.
When it comes to Atletico Madrid, it's a different proposition. The way that they play, it definitely negates the way that we
Two-time UCL finalists.
So I agree with you.
You flopped in 06. Did the only drop a disaster class in 06?
One second. What happened to you not being impartial? But let me just say this: when it comes to also, thank you for having me on. It's a debut on your channel.
Igal, the invite is. What am I? Igal, hold on. You don't need to say thank you. Igal, the invite is open. The streets, you're always welcome. You're always welcome here, bro.
My guy. You know what? I think I'm misunderstood. A lot of people don't know me. When it comes to outside of the terrace, they think I'm just this guy that always gets cooked up. But yeah, I can talk about too. But when it comes down to it, I lost my train of thought. Atletico Madrid and these guys, yes, you're right. If
so you said, yeah, Juve are bombs. Atletico a different proposition.
If somebody drops down, we are no longer the favorites. We're going to have to see where things lie. Yeah. But at this moment in time, us being in an easy group, us being probably the best team in this competition at this moment in time, before anybody else drops in, it's easy to say Arsenal are the favorites out of the.
But that's why I say, like, you can say, oh, who's first for the Champions League anytime, but Europa League, because of how it works, you must always wait until halfway through when we see the guys that drop down. Because those guys that drop down, you would because normally a big team messes up.
No, but
and normally that big team, you have to always favor that big team that drops down from the Champions League over a Europa League team. Because that big team that drops down may be an Atletico or Inter, who you would say should be favorites for the Europa League.
Is Arsenal playing Bodo Glimt on Thursday?
Roma was the favorite in the Conference League last year, the whole tournament. Even though Tottenham were in it, Roma were always the favorite. So you can say you're a favorite, even irrespective of what might be coming. Once it comes, then you can change it and reiterate. At this moment in time, the favorites are the people who are in the competition. Once they drop down, then we can rescale and rank, just like your tier list. You have to.
But United already beaten you guys, and you're in the same competition.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You have to view how United play in irrespective. One-off matchups doesn't decide who's going to be the favorites going into a tournament. Let's be honest. Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Tottenham could all play each other in the Premier League. One-off could beat each other, but it doesn't mean now Tottenham.
Wait, hold on.
Of the last 5 years, right? They've actually won it. You guys are just you'll have been finalists with Arteta. Right. So what makes you the favorite if you haven't won this it's like you haven't won this competition, whereby some players who are still in
Manchester United favorites in your eyes?
In Europa, yes.
Okay. How are they favorites when their first Europa League game they lost to Real Sociedad?
Okay,
they beat Sheriff.
That's the group stages.
Cristiano did it.
That's
the group stages, right?
No,
I'm talking about
because this is what we're doing. We're basically drawing on 1 point and making it.
I'm not. I'm not.
Wait, hold on.
I was told that the Premier League is the best league in the world.
No.
They're gonna win.
I'm actually going to refer to Ricardo. So Igal, before you came, I know Ricardo will deny this, but this is what he said. So Ricardo said that Arsenal, they pretty much are overrated and they're not really as good, and they're eventually going to mess up because they're a bunch of bombs. So is there something you want to say to Ricardo, saying that Arsenal aren't bombs, aren't this piece of crap team that Ricardo, who is a Barca fan, thinks they're? Because basically Ricardo is a Barca fan, he just thinks that Arsenal, these guys are just a bunch of clowns. So can you just say, in response to Ricardo thinking you're a bunch of bum-ass clowns, why you think you're not bum-ass clowns? So and Ricardo is this Peruvian dude in the grey top over there. So if you want to direct it to this,
If
do
I'm
that.
not mistaken, Ricardo, you said it was a draw, right?
Yeah, I said like a 2-2.
Okay, so if we're bummed, how are we getting a 2-2 draw against this team that you're
Well,
rating?
it depends on how much you believe HH, because I never say your team was a bum. I just said that they're not gonna realistically make a title challenge. That's
No,
all I
but
said.
no one here is saying Arsenal is going to be winning the league this year, or we're going to challenge City.
I mean, I don't know who you've been
One
listening
second.
to.
People get excited. People get excited after 4 games, after 5 games, after 3 games. We've seen it last year with Chelsea. We've seen it with Manchester United. We've seen
Chelsea
it with
are
all
frauds,
these other teams.
man.
But when they do it, it's okay. But when Arsenal do it, it's not. It's fine.
No, it's not, bro. My point was that
who would have
when
seen them?
you guys play like 5 mid-table to bottom table teams at the start of the
That's
season.
actually not true. When you, I looked at the league position average of the teams that we played. Manchester City. One second. Manchester City average league position of the players that the teams they played so far this season is 15th. Tottenham is 14th, and Arsenal is 11th. So when you actually look at you might say we haven't played as many Big Six teams, which is an absolute fact. But when it comes to the league,
and when you played United, you got pumped.
You lost. That's my point.
So,
That's my
so
point.
how much should we believe how good Arsenal? When the first real team you faced, you got Lara Crofted.
One second.
Pimp slapped.
1 second. That real team that we played, that you guys keep saying, is Manchester United, who got slapped by Brentford, who we dispatched.
Wait, no,
There's context. There's context. There is context. And I don't want to defend the Manchester divided, but there's context. Fridge.
No, but you gotta put
Hold.
you gotta put context because Ronaldo started that game and they got fucking pimp smacked. So
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys ignored the fact that Thomas Partey didn't play for Arsenal. I didn't mention that once. But when it comes to Manchester United, you want to pinpoint certain key.
But that was the next first or second game.
Hold on, let me say something.
My point quickly.
Wait, Oz. And then
Let me say
Oz.
something. Were Arsenal not favorites to beat United?
No, how are you favorites away from home at Old Trafford?
Oh, stop! Stop it!
Stop
No.
You know why?
Favorites at Old Trafford now, man.
No, Arsenal were definitely favorites, even without Partey. So now, all of a sudden, because Partey was not part of that team, they automatically they're not favorites. That's not how.
Based on Arsenal's form and how good they were and how bad United looked. And remember, before that game, United had a good run. They didn't really beat anyone really. So United were still. There was still a lot of questions about United, and Arsenal were playing much better.
Exactly.
So United winning, that was a surprise.
Who have Tottenham beat?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Ricardo, tell me,
You guys keep pointing out who we beat. I can tell you who we beat. We beat Fulham, who are one of the teams that are up there. Obviously, Tottenham beat Fulham also. We beat Brentford. We beat Crystal Palace. We beat Aston Villa. We beat a lot of these teams. We beat a lot of these teams that picked up points off other people. Aston Villa picked up points off Man City.
Igal, you can't preach about beating Fulham, who just got promoted. Man, Igal, the hell?
Can I go on this?
Okay, Ricardo.
I'm not dying on the hill of Fulham. I'm just pointing out that some of these teams that you guys are saying, who have you played, are the same teams that are taking up points off Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Wait, hold on, Ricardo.
Yeah, that's not the point. My point is that you brought up Man City, which is a good example because we all have agreed here that Man City haven't even played well themselves. A lot of their victories have came from comebacks, and mainly have been because Haaland is just an insane machine. Like I think even Don Smoke can admit that Man City haven't even hit full stride. They haven't been as good, and we all know that. We all have eyes. My point is
the best so far this season.
But our season starts in December, Igal.
It's not about
because Manchester City has not been good.
Wait, hold on. Let Ricardo land this point.
It's not about who have Man City have played, who have Arsenal played, who have Spurs have played. My point is that if you look at Arsenal's season, you even said the average place, whatever, as if that really even means anything, has been 11. So that's a mid-table position. They have played mid-table teams and they have won. Okay, good for them. But the moment they actually play a team that actually has some sort of pedigree, they lost in a game that I didn't expect them to lose. I thought at minimum they would get a tie at at Old Trafford because they were playing well, but they lost. Now they're going to play another team that you can put them almost at the same category as Manchester United right now, and I don't expect them to lose, I'd say, because they're playing at home. But my prediction is a tie. So it doesn't matter who Spurs have played. My point is that Arsenal, when they've played a team of a higher quality, they haven't shown that. But against the lower qualities, they clearly have been better.
Okay.
But Igal, we
First
saw
of
this
all,
last season.
one game is not a good enough sample size to say, oh, Arsenal aren't good against big teams. And number two, when it comes down to that Manchester United game, yes, we lost against Manchester United. I get it. It's still very much disrespecting the fact that we've gone 6 for 7, and you're almost disregarding everything else. But hey,
But Igal, you're missing the point. The thing is, this is like deja vu. I remember last season when you went on this magic run, right? And then you versed Liverpool, and they brought you back to earth. It always happens that when Arsenal goes on these small streaks of theirs, whenever they verse a top 6 team, they get brought back down to earth, and that's the point.
Arsenal.
Yes.
We did the double over Chelsea recently. We also beat Manchester
Hold
United.
up. Well, no, you didn't.
One second. This is categorically not factually correct. We beat
double over Chelsea trophy
Tottenham.
right here.
We beat Tottenham at home last year. We did the double over Chelsea. Yes, we lost to Liverpool and City, but we also beat Manchester United away from home a couple years ago. Last year we beat them at home. And so when you're saying we don't,
you're missing the point, Igal. You're still missing the point.
No.
Yeah,
no. Igal, listen to what I'm saying.
Your point is made around one game.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. These losses came after a streak of wins.
We've lost one game this season. Are you talking about last season?
Igal, you're missing my point. What I'm saying
they're kind of like Lewandowski. They curb stomp the small teams.
They gotta shut up.
Right. It came after a streak of victories whereby we thought, no, Arsenal is in the ascendancy, right? They have the momentum and they're gonna carry on this form. But whenever you faced a proper challenge, you lost, and that's how you eventually lost the top 4 spots. It's because when we expected you to win, you didn't.
Okay, I agree that last year, coming down to the end, we did drop off, and we bottled it because we dropped points against some of these games in those tight games. But when you're saying against big 6 teams, that point was categorically incorrect. If you want to then reiterate it and say, oh, against teams that matter at home in North London derbies against teams like Tottenham, we tend to always win. Yes,
but Igal, same point. This season again, you went on this streak, and when we expected you to win against United, you gave us an old version of Arsenal, which we saw last season. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
And you have to prove hold on, wait, because I want to ask Mike something. I'll come back to you. So, Mike, I said this before the start of the season because I want to bring this. I want to talk about Tottenham as well. Conte, we know that he's a UCL bomb. We know he's crap in Europe. But I said before the start of the season, Tottenham finished second. Now, hear what I'm saying. When I say Tottenham finished second, that doesn't mean that they're going to have a real title challenge. City are going to breastfeed this bomb-ass league known as the Pep League, because this league has been made a joke and will be breastfed by Pep. But I do believe that Tottenham will end up coming second. Trash football, whatever, they will end up coming second. Mike, do you still believe that? And do you still believe that Conte is going to pretty much do well enough for Tottenham for them to be the second best team? Or do you think Arsenal could say what's up? Or maybe even your guys, Liverpool, or maybe even Tottenham?
I don't know about Liverpool. We'll see if we can beat Brighton tomorrow, the Seagulls. Are Chelsea playing Crystal Palace tomorrow, HH?
Huh?
Is that right? Yeah,
Mike, I asked about Tottenham.
Yeah, but look, I haven't been convinced by Spurs at all this season. When have they looked good in any game?
It's about getting results. It's just about getting results. See, Mike. I said not about looking good, but getting results. Yeah.
I understand it's about results, but really, when you look at the performances, have they looked good in any game? No. They struggled against Wolves. They struggled against Nottingham Forest. They struggled against Fulham.
And they cheated for that points against Chelsea.
And they should have lost at Chelsea, but Chelsea just Chelsea.
Well, the referee cheated.
What we're forgetting is that this is a derby game. This is not just any other game.
Oh, of course.
This is the North London Derby. No matter how bad Spurs could be playing, this is a derby that throws everything out the window. Is who's better on that day?
But also,
I don't see.
But also, the record of Spurs. The record of Spurs at Arsenal is terrible. Two
They
wins
don't
in
show
30
up.
years?
That's what I'm
come
saying,
on.
yeah.
That is terrible. And I mean,
They don't
Arsenal
show
don't
up.
show up at White Hart Lane anyways either. That's actually factual
Yeah,
too.
that's
So
why.
look,
Both ways.
That's what we're not saying. That's why I'm not saying that Arsenal are going to lose. I don't think they'll lose, but I
Yeah,
don't
dude.
think they'll win.
I just
And
want
I-
No, but also, but sorry, Mike. Before I go back to Paul, on that
Yeah.
point though, and I'll direct it to Mike and then go back to Egal. Mike, if Arsenal even were to draw, would that be a bigger disappointment? Because Tottenham, you said that they have a horrible record. Tottenham are away from home. Arsenal are one of the most informed teams playing amongst the best football in the league. So if they don't manage to win, wouldn't that be a much bigger dub for Tottenham and maybe more questions about Arsenal? Or what do we say? It's just
I
a
mean,
draw.
I think Conte's just going to go there and play for a 0-0. I think that's how he's going to set up. I mean, you can laugh all you want, HH. This is factual. He will go there to set up for a 0-0. He's going to park that double-decker Italian Mafia bus. That's what he's going to do. And it's going to be unfortunate because I think Spurs can actually have a good account of themselves in this game, but I just don't see it with Conte. Because he realizes, okay, we're going to a ground we don't really do well at. Let's just go for a point. It's going to be good enough for us. In the long term, it'll be beneficial. But I just look at Spurs and I'm looking at the midfield. It's not good enough. And especially if Partey is playing, and if Partey can stay fit for the whole 90 minutes, because that's always an issue with him, they will dominate that midfield. And Erdegaard finding a little pockets of space. So that's why Romero in this game has to be key for Spurs. He has to have a big game, in my opinion. But I think Arsenal are playing some fantastic football. I've been really entertained by them, and I haven't said that for a long time about Arsenal, from the days of Laka Threat and Aubameyang and all these bums, Bellerin, who else? What was that? What was the Greek Socrates and these guys?
Oh, yeah.
Now looking at the players they have, they got some real ballers.
Michael,
You forgot
does,
Mustafi and Kolasinac.
And that too.
Michael, does that badge reflect?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I want that jersey, man.
Crazy, no, crazy.
This
I was just going to
jersey is
say this. I was just going to say this quickly, just bringing it back to the whole Manchester United thing for 1 second. I get it. Everyone's going to always say because Arsenal lost to Manchester United that they didn't show up on the big stage and everything. But on the same breath, you guys have to understand that we've passed some of our big tests this season. Crystal Palace away is a tough game for anybody in this league.
Is Fulham at home a tough game though, Agal?
Fulham at home is not a tough game. I get that.
Okay. Is
Right?
Aston Villa at home a tough game?
No, it shouldn't be.
So you've
Thank
only had
you.
really 2 tough games this year.
You should win that game. But when it comes down to it, I just feel like at times we are so obsessed with these key matchups that we forgo and overlook everything else. And then we start drawing up comparisons from years prior. Realistically, Arsenal have been decent against the top 6 teams. We've only faced one this season against Manchester United. And yes, we've lost, but that's not the norm. That's not the norm. That's not the rule. You can't base everything on one game. You have to look at the totality of the season. And if you look at the totality of the season, Arsenal have done relatively good in comparison to everybody else.
Do you think you'll win tomorrow? Or
I 100% think we're gonna win.
Okay, so if they lose, are you gonna show up?
If we lose, I'm gonna be upset.
No, are you gonna show up?
Yeah.
Oh no! It's not Igal. No, Igal doesn't. Wrong guy. He does show up. No, but Igal. See, my thing though is that I'm looking at the break though, because see, because I was going with 2-2. But the more and more I think about it, I think Arsenal get like a 2-1 or a 3-1 win, because for me, I just think Tottenham, they're not that great. But my thing though is,
With Partey playing HH.
Yeah, he's playing.
With Partey
Partey starting.
I think what's been missing from Arsenal is the control in midfield, especially when they're ahead. And with Lokonga there, is that thing of what we were saying, whereby you need someone who can actually dictate the tempo when you're ahead.
So
And this is
so if Partey played against United, do Arsenal beat United?
100%.
You can't say 100%.
It's closer than it's
No.
a draw or win. They don't
Game,
draw points.
game with Lokonga in it before they scored the final nail in the coffin goal was a close game. Let's not lie. It was not this massively big difference between the two teams. Actually, I would even say Arsenal were not clinical and Manchester United were clinical. That's the difference on the night.
But also you were poor defensively in that game.
We were only poor defensively for I would say the third goal. The second goal, they just did great. And in the first goal, they absolutely tore us apart. That wasn't a defensive lapse. That was more Manchester United doing great.
Okay, so let me just.
Credit
So-
to you. I think
So let me just quickly take this dubs. I want to just get some guys scores because we have to round off. LC, Terrace Conte is going to stink out a 1-1. Well, look, if he does play for a 0-0, that's a nice test for Arsenal. Can he now break down that double-decker mafia boss man? So we'll see. Early El Clasico prediction. Is it at Barcelona or Real Madrid? That's what I want to know. Who's at home?
I think it's Madrid.
2-2.
it's going to be 4-0 again.
No. I say 2-2. 2-2.
I honestly think Real Madrid is going to win the first one.
No. I say 2-2.
No,
Krikam
bro.
Prakashari. Chelsea really sold Musiala. No, we didn't. I don't know where you got that from. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's not. It doesn't know. It's a lie. So let's go around predictions. At first, I was going to say 2-2, but on further thoughts, I do feel because I have questions as to how much this break would affect Arsenal, but I'm going to stick with 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Arsenal will have so much quality. I don't think the break will affect them. And I just think that the interplay with Saka, Jesus, and Odegaard will be too much for Tottenham. I just think that with what Mike says, see, if Tottenham go out and are brave and attack Arsenal, I think it'll be a 2-2. But because I think Conte is going to be a coward and be defensive, I think Arsenal will open them up. And Tottenham, it'll be too late for Tottenham. They'll be down like 2-0. And with the Conte of the game, it'll be too much for Spurs to change the game. So I think because of Conte's approach, I think it'll be 3-1. Now, it depends on how Conte approaches. If Conte is positive, I say 2-2. If he isn't, which I don't think he'll be defensive, I say 3-1 Arsenal. Mike, what are you saying?
3-1 Arsenal. What's your prediction for Chelsea Crystal Palace though, HH? That's the real question.
No. While focusing on this, just focus on this. No, please.
3-1 Arsenal.
Egal. We're not talking. Let's relax. So, Mike, so you're saying 3-1 Arsenal?
Yeah, 3-1.
Ricardo, what are you saying?
2-2.
Why didn't you want to give Arsenal the win? We have a lovely guest, Egal, here. You want to make him happy and everything. Why do you want to give Arsenal the win to make Egal happy and make him smile? Why not?
I don't think they'll lose because I know Spurs are trash at the Emirates. But I just I'm not gonna lie, Arsenal disappointed me against that United game, and I just want this. I'm trying to buy into the hype because obviously Man City is just like this league is their whole. So I'm just trying to believe that
yellow, bro. That's it.
I'm just trying to believe that there may be some competition, and if Man City is still keeping up while playing like absolute garbage relative to their level, I have no hope for anybody, and that includes Arsenal.
Okay, so the reason why you're picking us to go to draw is because you don't think we're going to be title contenders.
No, just because you guys always come up short when it matters.
Okay, not at home. Away from home, yes, but not at home.
Okay, so Smoke. So Smoke. Score prediction.
So Arsenal will lead 2-0. Spurs will come back 2-2. And then Saka and Ketia will score to make it 4-2 at the end.
What the?
Wow, this is a very specific.
Who's going to win? Arsenal.
Arsenal will win 4-2. 2 late goals at the end. It'll be 2-2. It'll be 2-0. Then it'll be 2-2, and then 3-2 and 4-2 in short time.
I will say, other than a tie, Arsenal, between a win and a loss, they're more likely to win than lose. I don't think they'll lose. It
would be very funny if after all this Tottenham somehow managed to get a win. That would be generally for funny. If I don't think win, it would for the streets. That would be funny. Egal, what was happening in the few hours time?
I think it's going to be similar to what my guy here was saying. Not 4-2, but it's going to be a situation where Arsenal get an early lead. Because Tottenham don't start well and Arsenal start quite well. It could even potentially be from a set piece. Who knows? And then from once we get that lead, Tottenham's game plan is out the window. They can no longer sit back because the onus is gonna be on them to try to get a little bit more forward and try to do something with the ball. And that's where Arsenal are gonna pick up their third. Tottenham are gonna get a consolation penalty. Referee's gonna try to get them back in the game, and it's gonna be too late by that point.
So you're saying 3-1 Arsenal?
Yeah, 3-1.
Well, I say good luck to you, and I wish you well. And generally, I do wish you well, and so forth, man. So shout out to Mike, shout out to Ricardo, shout out to Smoke. Egal, you're always welcome here, bro.
When are you gonna put Arteta in your tier for your website?
Don't worry. It'll be updated very soon. It'll be updated very soon. But all I'm saying is this though, is that okay, last thing, and I want you guys to be very brief, and I want you to be very kind here before we go. And I'm gonna go. Are Chelsea making top 4?
No.
No.
Wait. I'm starting to have some faith in Potter. No.
Smoke the Chelsea
You'll
make
be
top
fifth.
4?
You'll be number 5 by 1 point. You'll just miss it by a
Yeah,
point.
fuck you guys.
You're gonna
Fuck
win
you
first
guys.
time.
Fuck you
You're gonna
guys.
win first time.